Hold on. It's starting receiving your content and... Hi-ho! Welcome to the Den of Tools Saturday Night Tool Talk. Live with me and...
The Cubs.
And the Cubs. Well, two of the Cubs. The missus is not feeling so well tonight, so she's taking a rain check on tonight. She's laying down, unfortunately. So we're sending thoughts her way. Hopefully she feels better. Maybe she'll venture down later. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? Who have we got in the house? We got PJ Kentucky, Shadow's Edge. How's it going? Dick Tickles, Rodney. How's it going, Rodney? Daughter of Raw. How you doing? William. Lewis is here. DR Falcon, William Logan. Scott. We got the whole crew here tonight. Scott Hayden. How's it going? Oh, from Louisiana.
PJ
Diverse Flips. Des Fans. Don Wilburn. Jim Luz. Travis. How's everyone doing tonight? I am alive and well. Having survived the National Hardware Show here in Las Vegas. Daughter of Raw, she was very bummed that she just was not up to it. But hopefully later, after she gets some sleep and some of the meds kick in, she feels a little bit better. Probably a little bit loopy, but maybe better. Anyway, okay, there's Carson's Exploring Channel. How's it going? Kansas, Michael from Des Moines, Iowa. What part of Des Moines? I don't know if you know this. I went to elementary school at Clive. I went to Clive Elementary, and then we moved over to Windsor. And I went to Windsor Elementary, and I went to Merrill Junior High in Des Moines. Started at Roosevelt High School just in time to move to Omaha. Anyway, Catherine Ransom with the $1 super chat. The Morocco's not going to cut it. Put it down, Foxy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hey, everyone, I want to remind everyone that if you see how William Logan typed at the Den of Tools, well, when you type that into your chat message, it pops up to us as being a highlighted comment. Makes it easier for me to see that you're talking to us and not just chatting amongst yourselves. So be sure to type in at the Den of Tools. Also, if you are talking to somebody else, if you type at their name as it's listed right there, it will show up as highlighted to them. It's kind of a way the chat message allows you to chat with each other and make sure the other person knows you're talking to them. Snatch the Cobalt. Move the NASCAR race to the left. Put us on the big screen. Well, everyone, quick, turn left. You're going the wrong way. Well, I guess for you, I don't know. Anyway, I haven't been to a NASCAR race in forever. I think the last one I went to was the Brickyard 400. Let's see what else is going on. You look nothing like the Bear. I don't. The Bear gets Saturday nights off. He takes it easy. I think he's down at the Luxor tonight. I think he's probably hitting the tables, knowing him. Rodney Grimute, how's it going? Vegas Vince in the house. Hey, Reed Nevada, how's it going? Just want to let you know I've been in the hospital. Oh my gosh. I've been in the hospital and my family is struggling badly. Could you post a GoFundMe? I really need the help. I don't even know how to do that. Send me an email though, and let's figure out what's going on. I'm really sorry to hear that. Anyway, my email, it's in every single video. I don't know if it's in the live streams, but under every single video, also if you go to the contact information or the website, it's red@denatools.com. So feel free to reach out to me and we'll figure something out. Let's see here.
We got people from New York.
Oh, you made a GoFundMe. All right, well, feel free to post it. I'm really sorry to hear that I know what that's like. It's, medical issues are no joke. Hey, Bear, do you know anything about the upcoming Ryobi Days sale? I know that there's an upcoming sale. I wasn't sure if it was last week or this week. I know that things are going to be going a bit crazy over at Home Depot, though, with it. A lot of, buy this set, get this item free kind of thing. I need some more reviews on the Milwaukee fuel line. I'll get around to it when I can. We're a bit swamped right now. Let's see here. Steven Erickson says, hey to the Cubs.
Hi.
Come to Chicago. I wish I could. I love Chicago.
I'm gonna go
except in the winter.
It's
Yeah,
snowing.
my first ball game I ever saw was a Cubs game.
Of course, it was all of us. We did
Yeah,
it.
sat right behind the third baseline. It was great. Help me decide. Terry asks, help me decide on either the Herc or the Bauer. I just want one battery system. The Hercules is considered their professional line, and it's a great system. Unfortunately, it is taking a while to get everything out. And hey, Griff, will you go see if Belle needs to go outside? She's acting a little antsy. Or maybe she just needs some water. Sorry, the Labrador over there is being wanton. And the Bauer line is great for a prosumer, average homeowner type, and they have more and more tools rolling out. Basically, they're going to be rolling out more tools for that faster than they will for the Herc line. I love the Herc line. I use it all the time. But, I'm lucky I get access to both of them. I got to play around with that Bauer hedge clipper today. That thing was a lot of fun. So we're going to have a video for that up tomorrow, hopefully. And, hey, there's Nirvana's GoFundMe link right there. So go check it out. He's been a regular with the channel for some time. And we always like to support, our fellow Den brothers and sisters. So take a look at that. Let's see here. Oh, I'm using the wrong scroll button. What am I doing? As you can see, we're true professionals around here. There we go. How's it going? Shout out from Houston, Texas, David says. Let's see here. Air compressor. Hey, Reds. What is you had time? What was that? Hey, Red. What is you had people send in pictures of their shop? You give advice on the live stream. Yeah, we've talked about doing that. I haven't gotten around to doing it. About doing a post shop. What we should do is have them post over on the forums. If you go over to denatools.com and join the forums over there, actually we think we do have a thread going for posting your shop, and I could do reviews on them for the live stream. Sorry, this live stream's a little hectic because I'll be honest, I just woke up at like 5:30 and I had to take a nap today. I'm just worn out after the show all week and then trying to catch up with everything after that. Let's see here. Do you know the best compressor under $200? Need one for a framing nailer. For a framing nailer, you should be able to run on something pretty simple. One of that 2-gallon from whatchamacallit, the Fortress one is excellent because it's nice and quiet, and they have a 4-gallon one out as well now. So that I think it's out. Pretty sure. Let me check here. And air compressors. Yeah. Now that one is. It's currently $239.99 for the 4-gallon. The 2-gallon is $160. That should be able to run a framing nailer, I think. But if you have problems, you could step up to the. I know the 4-gallon is designed to run 2 framing nailers nonstop. But I think the 2-gallon should be able to run 1. And at $160, considering how quiet it is, I love using that compressor. Let's see here. He's at the Harbor Freight. MC Texas, he's at the Harbor Freight in Lompoc, California. Awesome, 2 days ago. That's great. Nice. Panther, I'm pretty sure you'd have to fire yourself if I'm not mistaken. Bauer Ryobi not in any battery platform. That's an interesting. Basically, whatever store you go to more often at that point, the Ryobi has more tools, and will probably always have more tools than the Bauer platform. But so many of their tools are repeats. Like they have 4 different levels of leaf blowers, 4 different levels of trimmers, 4 different levels of hedge clippers. So it's like their cheap trimmer is like it's all plastic. The shaft, everything on it's plastic, and it's really cheap. But then they have a high-end one that's really nice. And so Ryobi repeats itself. It's almost like a line inside of a line of tools. So I would just say, like, hey, if you're at Harbor Freight all the time, then go with the Bauer. If you're at Home Depot all the time, then go with the Ryobi. Terry asks, I saw your review on the Bauer. How would it do moving leaves and grass clippings? Oh, not a problem. It blew everything around. Unfortunately, being in Vegas, we don't have much in the way of leaves up here to blow around. But in 3 or 4 weeks, we'll be in Montana, and we should have plenty of cleanup to do there. We always got to fix the house up after a long winter. So you'll see plenty of its usage there, but I don't think you'd have any problem. That thing's got a ton of power. Let's see here. Hey, from Houston, Keith says. Major weaknesses, AutoZone changing tool suppliers, lots of Duralast hand tools on clearance. I saw that. I from what I hear, it's speculation. I'm going to kind of, I don't know. I like the stuff they make right now. They're getting most of their stuff from Apex, I think. But if they do, I'd like to think that they're going to step up their quality, which should be interesting. Let's see here. Steve says, where daughter Ra's dad works, only Snap-on and Matco tools comes out. He works as a mechanic at a landscaping company. Oh, they're the only ones who come out to sell tools? That's too bad. Hey, Red, why the heck does Harbor Freight give 25% off coupons when they exclude the good stuff? Well, if they do exclude all the new high-end prosumer and pro-level brands, but the basic stuff that they've always sold isn't excluded. All the high-end tools from Chicago Electric and whatnot, those aren't excluded. I've got a video on the best tools you can buy using the 25% off coupon that I put out right before Easter, so you can check that out. But there's still plenty of stuff you can use it on. So what's the deal with the Snap-on toolbox and all that damage? That's just a photo. I'm in a couple user forums for mechanics and such, and somebody posted that. I actually don't know the backstory behind it. Sorry, but when you look at that, that's one of the 140-inch 5-bank with the stainless steel on top. That's a $30,000 toolbox, as based on list price off of whatchamacallit, off of snapon.com. And it's just, in fact, you know what, I'll show you. If you haven't seen it, let me show you real quick. Let me pull this up. Bear with me, if you will. Are you laughing at your father? Anyway, that's the picture he's talking about. I posted that in the community section. And as you can see there, you got a flatbed on the right. And obviously, this tool truck, or this toolbox, is a Snap-on 140-inch 5-banker, I think 26 drawer plus the power drawer. It fell off. It looks like it fell, hit the Nissan, slid off onto the ground. Those wood boards to the left of it there on the ground, you can actually see the front emblem, or the grill, the chrome part of the grill from the Nissan line on top of it. That's actually the particle board that's underneath the stainless steel top that goes on top of this thing. That box is going to end up in the scratch and dent section. I hope he had good insurance, because that's a lot of money it's lying on the side there. Anyway, that's what that was about. So, let's see what else we got here in the comments. What's going on here? Oh, I'm in the wrong way. What's that, sweetie?
Your father can't get you.
You what?
Your father can't be full frame. No father.
Sit up.
I am.
They can only see your head. Scorpion Sunday says, cheers, Tool Bear. Mike says, I learned how to get overtime at work. I'm scared. My cub and I are watching together from Fort Still, Oklahoma. How you doing, Craig? How you doing, Craig's cub? Glad to have you here. Craftsman makes a good compressor for under $200. It's a 6-gallon, William added. Let's see here. Harbor Freight needs to run sales on their cabinets and lockers. I've never seen them on sale. you talking about the Yukon garage cabinets? Those things are pretty new, and they were a test product. Apparently, they passed the test, and they're going to be rolling out to more locations. Whoops. Sorry, I went too fast here. Catherine says, thank you very much. Thoughts on the Titanium 200 welder? I've not used the Titanium welders, but I've talked to lots of people who've used the Titanium different ones, and I'm talking like several hundred people I've talked to, and I've not heard one complaint. Not one person was like, yeah, pretty much the summary was, I was surprised it did way better than I was expecting. That's kind of the summary. I would definitely label it as a high-end prosumer welder. Amos says, thanks again for going to the show. There was some cool stuff you showed us. Did you end up picking up a smoker? I did not. I actually have a smoker. And we're so busy right now with trying to pack stuff up and getting ready for our move at the end of the month. So unfortunately, no. I did like the idea of the pellet smokers, but not this year. Treehouse says that I picked up a Central Pneumatic from Pawn America. For $125, perfect condition. Nice. And Dick Tickles. Yeah, I'm bad with the dad jokes, and it just seemed appropriate. It's just that image there is just a space filler. The way the screen is set up, it doesn't fill up the whole screen. So I just thought I'd throw something in there with some fun. Where are you going in Montana? I'm in Northwest Montana. We have a house in Livingston that was been in my wife's family for 30 years or so, and it's the oldest house in the county, fourth oldest in the state, and we spend our summers fixing it up. It's it's a small place. It was built in 1890. It was originally the blacksmith shop for the local railroad, and so there's a lot of work there. Let's see here. Got to go scare a fox away.
No.
A fox?
No.
What? What?
No.
No. No.
Gotta go scare a fox.
Oh yeah, the weekly monthly. Mike reiterates. I learned how to get more overtime work, buy new tools and equipment, and do the things that need to be done at home, and you'll never be home long enough to use them. I can see how that works. Let's see here. Why is there so trash talk on Harbor Freight? The Herc brand is a solid buy. Well, mostly it's because people who spend a bunch of money feel they need to justify why they spent that money. So many people have been told years and years ago, that whole saying of, what was it? Buy once, cry once, and you get what you pay for. Well, those are old school marketing terms that were put out in sales ads by these big name companies like Snap-on and stuff to convince you that if you paid a lot of money, it was obviously worth it. Unfortunately, that's not the way the world actually works. Scorpion said, oh wait, I think I went backwards here. Do you have plans to review the new Milwaukee socket sets? I don't have any plans per se. I'd like to review everything. The question is, can I get around to it? So I don't have anything immediately on my agenda to review them. I've got so much other stuff to get to right now. If I run across an inexpensive set, I'll probably pick it up. If somebody wants to send me a set to review. Did you say in the hardware show vid that you don't have a store that sells Tecton nearby? I didn't think that I did, and I did some research, and I actually went to the store today. It's Cow Ranch, and they had one full aisle, an end cap, and an island in the center aisle filled with Tecton stuff. We're going to be seeing a whole bunch of, I think this is it, the Tecton stuff. Yeah, I am, cover her up. I'm pretty intrigued with the Tecton line. I did not realize that it was an American company at first. I thought they were a Taiwanese-based company. Kind of the name and the branding and stuff looked like that kind of, online technical kind of stuff I'd expect from a Taiwanese company. turns out they're a company from Michigan that rebranded their tool line to Tecton, if you pronounce it correctly. And I spent probably almost 2 hours talking to them, I think. Just back and forth, in total. And I'm really impressed with their ideology, their methodology behind it, what they're trying to do. And looking at the tools is very impressive. So I was at Cal Ranch today, and I'm sitting there looking at the tools, and a gentleman comes walking by who works for Cat. And apparently he was informing me that Cat sells a rebranded set of tools from Snap-on. And he was looking at the 2-inch box wrench and stuff like that. And he just could not get over the quality of the tool, how good it looked, and how much it cost. Which was like $64. Which from Snap-on would have been a $600 tool. And even from Cat would have been a $300 or $400 tool. And we just sat there and went over all the different tools and stuff. Even he was impressed. So, and he's been in the business, 30 years as a diesel mechanic. Let's see here. Whereas Mrs. Bear is not feeling good right now, so she's laying down. Yes?
Okay.
What? I know. Let me catch up on the chats. We'll get to it. Which is better, Hercules driver or Glock 19? Just kidding. I'm not a Glock fan. Just so you know. FN all day long. What to use 25% coupon tomorrow? As I said, I have a video I just put out a couple weeks ago right before Easter on all the top 10 items to use your 25% coupon on. And let's see here. Your daughter is cute. You must look like her mom. Yeah, the kids all take after my wife, thank goodness. Rhodes says, thanks for sharing the tool show with us. It was a lot of fun. It was very tiring, but it was a lot of fun.
Are you my dad?
Are you my dad? Dad! Yeah. Hey, just remind everyone, because we do have cubs around here, this is a family-friendly channel, so try to keep the chat messages, cub appropriate. Love the new Harbor Freight miter saw and table saw. Need some Diablo blades for my miter saw now. Harbor Freight blades are okay, but not as good as Diablo. Yeah, I got a video coming out about that. You may be surprised. I compared the Diablo to the Irwin to the Hercules, and I would say they're pretty much interchangeable. Shaz, is your chair as high as it can go? Yeah, it is.
I think so.
She just slouches. She's actually sitting up now. She's taller than she lets on. Mike says, great job at the show. Thank you very much, Mike. If you paid a lot of money, it was worth it. Yeah, I'm finding out with new revolvers that are double action, that's not the case. You don't get your money's worth. Taurus and Charter, you do. That a lot of companies, what happens is a company makes they spend a lot of time and many years to build an image. And then what happens is once they get that image, sometimes what they do is they cheap out and it's called profit taking. So basically they start making the products not as good as they used to be, using cheaper materials, and start doubling and tripling the profits. And then eventually people catch on, and they suddenly they go, we're really sorry, we're bad, we realized we had a problem, some bad people took over that we didn't know about, but we're back in charge and we're going to fix it. And then they fix it. And there's this kind of wave that goes up and down where they build up the image, then they take the profits. And they build up the image, they take the profits. That's what happens in business, unfortunately. And that's why I like trying new companies, is because they're so hungry to get market share that they're willing to sell at or near cost. And I have to say, I think that's where Tecton is right now. There's no way they're making good money on those things, at those tools, at that. How once you see them, you'll see in the video. And if you go to their website, if you go to Tecton.com and you check out their website, you will see that what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous, and how much of the tools that's the other thing that we don't talk about, and I didn't realize, is I think, now don't quote me on this, but just by walking through the aisle there and looking at it, because all the products that are made in the USA say right on the front label, on the front, made in the USA. Everything else is made in China. There's a few items, made in Taiwan, a few items made in China. But then it says where each product comes from. And I think a good third of their tools are made in the U.S. And they don't crow about it. They're not like, hey, we make so many tools. They just silently do it. And they're trying to get more of it made in the U.S. So, all right. Let's see here. We need friendly neighborhood tool bear shirts. Yes, we do. And unfortunately, I'm not an artist. I've got some people who've said they're going to volunteer to work on some artwork to design some stickers and shirts and stuff. So hopefully we'll get some of that soon. Somebody said they want a Shut Up Moto shirt, so maybe or mug or something. Maybe we'll get one of those. Back in my day, we didn't have chairs or tables or anything. Everything was uphill both ways. Oh, Maintenance Man at Brad's Workshop. How's it going? Is the Hercules miter saw worth $150 more than the Admiral? Sure looks cooler, but that doesn't do it for me. It's one of those things with the tool is you got to ask what you're doing with it. If I was paying my own money, considering how I use the tool every day, I would probably get the Admiral. The Hercules is definitely worth $300 if you're going to be churning out stuff repeatedly all day long. It's a tank. It's a great piece of equipment. But if you're just a prosumer, homeowner kind of stuff, it is honestly overkill. I'll be honest with that. Daughter Raw wants to know what today's shirt is.
Oh, today's shirt.
Show him.
Oh.
It's the magical unicorn shirt.
It says...
More magical than a unicorn.
Yeah,
that's you.
It's from my thing that I went to a few years ago called Goater or Girls on the Run.
Oh, that's right. You need to wake up. Any opinion on Warrior masonry bits? Since they're much cheaper than competition, will they hold up? I haven't tried them. I'm sorry. In fact, I've got the Hercules masonry bits, and I've only used them once, and they are fantastic. But I can't really say. They need a lot more work on them. Catherine's taking off. Going to listen in the car. Take care. Drive safe.
Bye, Catherine.
Is the Harbor Freight pole saw worth it? I don't know. I know when it was on sale at $50, it was hard to find one that was close to that kind of price. It got great reviews. Few people complain that it leaks oil, but also I've heard that pretty much every pole saw leaks oil. So take it for what it's worth. Let's see here.
Puppy. Oh, Bella, stop spitting on me. So.
No, Merle Hay Mall. Wow, I remember Merle Hay Mall. There's a Harbor Freight 3 blocks from there. Wow. My grandparents used to live over in Urbandale, and I was down in Windsor, and I used to bike right past Merle Hay Mall going over to their house in the summer. Oh, I miss Des Moines. Let's see here. We should send one to AOC. Grizz says hi. Hey, Grizz, how's it going?
Hi, Chris.
Steven says, we have Tecton here at the Myers store here in Michigan. I miss Myers. When I lived in the Midwest, Myers was our go-to store. What a great place. That's an amazing, they call it a grocery store. It's almost like a small Walmart or Walmart superstore. They have so much stuff there.
No, we did not.
Did we get the Labrador a new Duck? No, we didn't. But shoot, I can't remember. Somebody asked for the address, and they said that a new Duck is winging its way in. I gotta be careful saying that. Terry Rafter got the new 20-volt Herc Impact yesterday. Excellent. Have you had a chance to play with it? Did you like it? I see you. I do. I see you. I really do. Hey, Griff. Yeah? Come here. All right. So the Cubs got something they need to show.
Finally.
Hold on. Come on, Griff. What are you doing? Which is better, Hercules or Milwaukee? Hercules is a better budget buy if you only need like the basic Milwaukee stuff. If you're like getting the like if you're gonna get the brushed Milwaukee anyway, but I would get the Hercules. But if you need the whole lineup or you want to get the higher end stuff, the brushless stuff, there's just no option other than that. Although I would take a look at Makita. Makita has as much, if not more, than I know they have more than Milwaukee. They have the largest lineup of wireless or cordless tools. All right, then we got Hiram Bifidum with the 613. Come on,
oh, it's
show 'em.
uneven! Hooray!
Come on, you can do better than that. Did you ever try getting your own tool case or storage? I did it with a Yamaha keyboard case. I found in the garage. I've wanted to. I actually thought I really want to try making my own tool cart or chest because it's not that hard, and you buy the rails and you make your own soft close and everything. So I'm thinking about doing it. Harbor Freight used to make a floor saw, but no longer. Any ideas if they're going to make what's a floor saw? You're talking about a saw for cutting floors, a saw that sits on the floor, like a table saw or a bandsaw, because they still make the bandsaw. Myers is like Walmart, but Myers is more aesthetically pleasing in my opinion. Yeah, and the clientele is a little tier upper as well. The Duck flying in Las Vegas Monday. 3-day delivery. There we go. Terry claiming 3-day. Okay, hold on. Everyone hold your chats for a second. All right, show them, everyone.
So, we have Pinewood Derby trophies. Can you go grab my thing?
The Cubette. What place did you get?
I got 3rd place with a trophy, and this is my little thing. We also got a Pinewood Derby little tiny badge like this. But
You gotta speak up a little bit.
We got Pinewood Derby trophies. I placed 3rd place.
Hold it. Griffin, hold his up.
I placed first.
First place, Pinewood Derby. All right, hold on. I'm going to hold up his car here. This is what happens when your dad's the tool bear. Wait, get over. There's the Pinewood Derby car. So it needed weight, right? So
we both placed.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
We placed the top 3, and one of Griffin's friends placed 2nd place.
One of the things. So if you have Cubs who do the Pinewood Derby thing, one of the things they talk about doing is you need to. The more you spin the wheels on the little nails there, because the nails are rough, the inside of the wheels are rough. The more you spin it on there, the smoother it makes it. And one of the things you're supposed to do is take the nail, put it through the tire or through the wheel, and put it into a drill bit and hold the wheel and spin it, and that'll kind of buff the inside. Well, what we did was we put all the wheels on the car, and then I held the car up to the belt sander on a really fine grit and just ran it, and it basically simulated putting hundreds of miles on the car and smoothing everything out, and it ran perfectly.
I think we should have done that to mine too.
And we should have. We did do that to yours, but you still managed to get 3rd. Come here, Labradog. Come on. Come here. Come here.
I got
Come
twice.
on. Come on. Say hi. Here's the Labradog. Says hi.
I got twice.
Go on.
3 times, and then the very
You're
last
gonna
time
unplug us.
I got 3. I got 2nd place 3 times, and the very last one I got 3rd place.
I'm sorry. You can win next time, okay? All right, let's see here. Some Pinewood Derbies have a dad's division outlaw class. Anything goes. They should. I mean, I remember when I was in San Francisco, you get all the tech dads and stuff, and they're working the geometry on the cars, and although you could tell, you could look at and tell the dads built it. They did. I think the only thing I did on the car was put the wheels on, or helped you put the wheels on.
Yeah.
And you guys sanded, shaped, painted, and did everything else yourself.
Mm-hmm. Except for Griffin's, because you helped him put on the...
Well, I did the actual gluing because it's super glue, and I didn't want his hand stuck permanently to the car. Oh, let's see here. All right, that dog needs sedatives. She's she's got a lot of energy. She's an enthusiastic hound.
She's really, really hyper.
Grizz says you got the 20-volt Bauer hedge trimmer. Oh yeah, now in the 20-volt. Out of here! You're gonna knock stuff over with your tail. Go. Don't look at me like go.
You don't want to get close to her tail.
No, go lay down.
Because
Nobody likes you, Labrador.
That's not true. Mommy, I love you. I love you. Daddy's just mean.
Yeah, Daddy's a meanie. Let's see here. It won't let me paste a picture of a towel. Makes one called a wall chaser. Interesting. Huh. I'm just watching Justin Dow. You should go live with him. We're all waiting. Actually, I'm hoping to see him. I need to check in with him. So he happens to be near, or at least on my way when I go to my doctor's, which is in Southern California. So he's kind of near there. So I'm hoping to see him next week. Speaking of which, and he's buying one of these. We talked about this, or I posted about, I was selling the Cobalt tool sets that I have. And a bunch of people flooded me with emails, and it was really hard for me to pay attention to who was, because there was a lot of, I'm interested, I want it, I'll get back to you, then they don't get back to me, or they do want it, but then they're waiting for payday and stuff. So anyway, right over here, right up there, you see the post there. It says Cobalt Tools, 189-piece mechanic set, the 300-piece mechanic set. In the link, or in the description in this video below, is a link to our Etsy store, and I have the two sets that we're selling, one of the 189-piece sets, one of the 300-piece sets. It's just the tools. There's no tray or boxes or anything else. Because when you put it all in that makes the size of the box so big that shipping would be, I think, $150. So with just the tools, we can wrap it up with some bubble wrap, get it in one of those flat rate boxes, and ship it. So the price listed there is just the final price. That includes shipping to the lower 48. And if you're interested, go over there and buy it, and we'll get it sent out to you this week. All right. Speaking of which, and since we did a promo there, let's take a moment here to say thank you to all of our... what's that?
Oh, I got them so wrong. I said demonetizers.
How about the moderators? That's everyone whose name is in blue and has a wrench. They're all volunteers here, and they help out with the Den of Tools live streams. By answering your questions, providing feedback or stuff if I get too busy, making sure that I stay on track sometimes, and as well as making sure that we keep the chat room, family friendly and a place that we can all be happy with and proud to be part of. And I want to say thank you so much for all the work they do. They're here every weekend. As you know, we go from 6 usually until 10, so 4 hours. Not everyone here is here all night long, but they're here for a good portion of it. Some of them do stick around all night, and I really want to say thank you. And on top of that, most of our guys and gals are also creators in their own rights. So, click on their name and see, I think they all have channels, and if not channels here on YouTube, they might have a channel over, or a Facebook page, or an Instagram page. They're all creators, and they have stuff that they are sharing. Also, if you're a creator here on YouTube, feel free to post a link down in the chat message right now, because we try to support all creators, and I know we all started, y'all started zero. We all did. And it's that, putting in the time and the effort, but sometimes you just need a break, and you need people you could be putting out great content and just nobody knows you're there, because YouTube doesn't like to help people who aren't, bringing in tons of traffic. It's one of those things that YouTube helps those who help themselves. So feel free to promote your channel here. Go check them out. And special thanks also to our moderators here. I almost called them demonetizers again. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So helpful.
Yoda's here. Hey, Yoda. How's it going?
Hi, Yoda.
Yoda, I've been volunteer. I've been waiting for a check this whole time. Brad's workbench. The bird is here. Even though he's a Linux bird, we still like him around here. And we got and a lot of people who aren't here. Joe usually rolls in later. He has a really busy day. He has his own business, and that's the other thing. If you've got a small business, we're big promoters of small business owners. I'm a creator. This is what I do full time is YouTube videos and stuff. Well, plus also I'm an author, a best-selling author on Amazon. And if you go to the Etsy store, you'll see my book, The Home Distiller's Workbook, Your Guide to Making Moonshine, Whiskey, Vodka, Rum, and so much more. Best-selling book in the world on how to make moonshine.
Otter's hungry.
Well, there's food over there for you. We went and got you food, didn't we? Grenade says, "Hey, Red, did you check out some of the stuff I've done? Sorry, I didn't." Hold on. Scroll by. Sorry, I didn't video some of that while I did. Didn't think I would be posting stuff on YouTube. I think I did. We talked about it last week. I remember looking at it then. Sorry, it's been a week since then, and my brain is mush because of the show. Hold on here. That's not what I meant to do. What else we got here? Just recently spent about $1,000 for tools at Amazon. Oh my. 2 of the big items were an Ingersoll Rand air hammer and a 90-degree die grinder. I really got a big stash of tools for my money. Yeah. Those Ingersoll Rand tools are no joke. But the price, is to match as well. So, hold on.
A joke for you guys. Why did this strawberry call the police?
Because it was very scared.
He was in a jam.
He was in a jam. All right. Let's see here. Bear says, on rigid octane line. The rigid octane line is great as far as power to performance. They're definitely making some great tools there. My only issue with rigid is that they seem to do everything they can to weasel out of their warranty. And I've just heard, that's one of the reasons I don't promote them. You never see them promoted on the channel anymore, is because I keep running into people time and time again who are like, I had the warranty or tried to get the warranty. And the other thing is you never know which store, because they promote it as you could just take it back to the store. But some stores you can't. In fact, most stores you can't. It's only if that store is listed as a service center. And only the bigger stores are. Let's see here. I'm hoping to have another video up soon when I can get more of my garage cleaned up. Yeah. Oh, I am in such a state right now with my garage. Because we're moving, so half the garage is a staging area. And trying to load stuff up to take to storage. We're taking a bunch of stuff to storage. We're donating a bunch of stuff. So, Charles says his Lowe's had a 12-inch DeWalt miter saw for $200 today. Yeah, it depends. You have to check and make sure which one it is, because there's a couple of the DeWalt miter. Most of the DeWalt miter saws are really good. But there's a couple of them that have some known problems with the fence. So you need to check the ratings on that. Make sure you're not getting one of those. Brad says he's going through the warranty process with Porter Cable finish nailers. So far, pretty hassle-free. That would be interesting. You should document that. That would be a good video. Any advice on Admiral miter saw? Cobalt's 10-inch is no longer available on Lowe's. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. The Admiral is great. I would recommend it when it's on sale for around $170. I would recommend it over the Chicago Electric because the CE saw doesn't come with a blade. And by the time you add a blade on it, you're only a few bucks away from the Admiral, which has a decent blade. Plus, it's got a work light. It's got a better laser. The laser on the Chicago Electric is right below the dust port. So all the dust is kicking right into it, packs right into it, and it gets knocked off of alignment really easy. Whereas the laser on the Admiral is up high, shooting a line down, so it's out of the dust zone. Doesn't have that problem. You got the LED work light, you've got the extension wings, and you've got the bevel tilt lock is at the front of the saw, so you don't have to reach around the back to undo it. I wish the Hercules had that. But unfortunately, that's just really something you only see mostly on mid-tier saws for some reason. Are you aware Sears launched the Craftsman Ultimate Mechanics tool set with redesigned ratchets, only at Sears, not at Lowe's. Yes, and they're getting sued over it because their press release about that commented that Sears, the real home of Craftsman, and they're getting sued because they sold the Craftsman name to Stanley Black & Decker, and Stanley Black & Decker is suing them under the guise that they are attempting to devalue the product that they sold them. And they are. That's literally what they're doing. It looks like a great tool set. Unfortunately, you can only buy it as a set. So I haven't picked them up because I wanted to test them out, like get a ratchet. Because the ratchets with Craftsman have never been their strong suit, and the new ones are really bad. At least the ones from Stanley Black & Decker. I picked up one from Sears to see if it's gotten any better. Honestly, I can't tell the difference, but I haven't done a full test on it yet. Dick Tickles, will Harbor Freight ever make an 18-volt fan like Ryobi? Yes, in fact, if you've seen the pictures of the Ryobi line, I don't know if I still have one here on my system. I had a picture of the whole Ryobi, or the Bauer line, I should say. Let's see if I still have it. No, I don't have it on my system right now. But there's some videos I've got and posts. I think if you go over to the website, also scroll down, some of the blog posts, one of them has it. But they are coming out with one that looks just like the little turbo fan that takes the 20 volt. I don't know if it's a hybrid, whether it plugs in and takes the 20 volt, but they are coming out with a fan. Let's see here. Yoda says, Snap-on is pretty much hassle-free for me. It may take some time, depending on what it is. I may have to wait till they produce whatever ratchet I'm be swapping out. That's the thing with Snap-on. You know, you pay all this money for Snap-on, and you'd expect the warranty to be completely and utterly painless. Like, it should be painless and served with a glass of champagne and a mint or something at that kind of price. But I just... It's all dependent on your dealer, on your rep, the guy in the truck. If you got a guy in the truck who's on top of it, who's making good money, then he's going to take care of you. If he's not making good money, then he might be on tool hold and he can't get you anything, and he'll give you a big line about why he can't get you this tool. Even the guy I talked to today, he's got Snap-on tools because he works at CAT. He doesn't have to buy tools from Snap-on anymore, and he has problems warranting him. He said to me, without me prompting him, he's like, well, you know, my issue is if you're not actually buying from him actively, he just treats you like crap. You know, he suddenly he doesn't have the tools, or I can get it. He's like, I just tell him, you know, I don't. He said I get really angry with him and tell him, look, you're going to warranty it. I bought it from Snap-on. You guys have to warranty it, and eventually he does it. You shouldn't have to do that when you're paying that kind of money. You shouldn't ever have to cop an attitude with somebody to get them to do what they said they're going to do in the first place. Let's see here. In the May Harbor Freight catalog, I noticed the miter saw stands were more expensive than the saw itself. That seems crazy to me. The most expensive, the miter saw stand, the Hercules miter saw stand is $180 some, and the cheapest the saw gets is $300, or is it $200? No, it's $300. So the table saw gets down to $250, unless you're talking about the Chicago Electric saws. In that case, yeah, they are. What's the difference between Sears and Lowe's Craftsman? Lowe's Craftsman is owned by Stanley Black & Decker and made by Stanley Black & Decker. Sears Craftsman is made by a couple different tool groups depending on the tool. And we're trying to figure that all out right now. I'm actually in the process of doing a bunch of research on that. I'll donate $1,000 if you pledge allegiance to Hazard Fraud. No, my price is $8 million. That's my price. I'll pledge allegiance to anybody you want for $8 million. I got cubs to feed, so, you know, I got to have a price. It's a high price, but, you know. Sears had retained the right to sell you hand tools branded by Craftsman for several years. You build it, we destroy it. Hey, how's it going? Yes, they did. For 3 to 5 more years, they can build the tools under the Craftsman brand. And then after that, they just get a percentage of sales from Stanley Black & Decker. Menorca Home Solutions, how's it going, man? Oh, just finished eating carne asada tacos. That sounds good. We had Chinese for dinner. I think I had General Tso's chicken, about the most American Chinese you can have. Or as we like to call it, adult chicken nuggets with sauce. Years ago, I worked at Home Depot. Another employee warned me not to buy rigid tools at Home Depot. Hold on. Hound, go. Oh, sad hound. Go lay down, sad hound. She always gets distraught when Mom isn't around. She's like, what did you do with her? Did you eat her? Hey, everyone, by the way, just so you know, the chat system here on YouTube is really bad. And when it gets going, it's hard for me to see everything. So if I miss your message, I'm not trying to skip you. I try to read everything, especially if it has the @DenaTools highlight there. But if I do miss it, please just post it again. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. But I unfortunately, because of this, the way it jumps around, things do sometimes get skipped. Yeah, the Sears store is looking pathetic lately. Only had one. Well, the problem is they can't, in many cases, order new product until they have cash. Because all their creditors are not loaning the money anymore, which means the people they buy from, instead of getting it on net 30 or net 90-day terms, they have to have cash on the barrelhead. Jim Grady says, Snap-on, $700 for a 13-piece ratchet set. Are you kidding me? Jim, no, we're not. And then, if you have a problem and you're not actively buying from that dealer, or you got a new dealer you haven't purchased from yet, he's going to tell you, hey, or there's a good chance he's going to tell you, sorry, I won't warranty that until you buy new tools from me. Yay. Night Ninja, my Snap-on dealer won't talk to me at all when my bill is too high and I'm not able to buy anything, and he just ignores me. But when I was at 900 and looking at a scanner, he was my best friend. Yeah, they are so pushed by corporate for sales that they do, quite often, they have to become that person who's like, oh, you owe me money. The only time I'm going to talk to you is to get paid. And I'm not going to, they'll act like they're your best buddy and best friend. Hey, how's it going? How was your weekend? Blah, blah, blah. But if you're not buying from them actively, you're just another schmuck to them. Rodney, CE and Bauer. Yeah. Rodney's going to be away from keyboard for a bit. Homemade burritos. Oh, eat better when the grandkids are here. Well, you take care. Have some fun. Have a good dinner there. Sounds good. General So was demoted to Buck Sergeant for contributing to childhood obesity. I can see that. I would not be surprised. You just had to bring up Chinese food, didn't you? We try really hard not to eat out that much these days. We've wasted a lot of money over the years eating out because with my career and stuff, I was so busy that quite often that's what ended up happening. And oh, it's so funny. You get so used to a good home-cooked meal. You eat out, you think, oh, this is going to be great. And you're like, oh, I feel horrible. Just horrible. Put it in slow mode. Yeah, I should do that. I meant to do that. He's talking about the chat message. Like, you can only post a chat every so many seconds or something. The only really real enemy to a full Rust and a Nissan. More like the Nissan's enemy was the box. Robert says, hope Mrs. gets well soon from Illinois. Thank you, Robert. I will pass it along. Random Sandwich, how's it going? If you go to Craftsman website and it doesn't even list Sears as an outlet, that's bad. Slow-mo means people in chat can't talk to each other. And that, Dick, that's the reason I haven't done it. Is because I know you guys like to, you want to get out what you're saying. So it's either we switch to a slow mode and I know I'm going to see everything, or we keep going in this mode and unfortunately you might have to repeat yourself. And I think that's honestly what most people would prefer. Terry says, hope Mrs. feels better. Thank you so much, daughter Raw. The kids all said bye. Wait a minute, what was it? Kids all said bye, Dad, as soon as they showed their trophies. Yeah, they were one and done, weren't they? That's all she was waiting here was to show off her trophies. I will admit, I was a pretty proud papa. It was like, yeah, that's right. My son won the Pinewood Derby. I helped. To be honest, I also felt a little guilty. It's like, yeah, of course the tool bears, that's what they're all saying. It's like, well, he's got a shop full of tools, and he probably, put it through a wind tunnel or something. Anyway, I try really hard to let them do everything that they can on that sort of thing. Grady says, I never eat out, but I worked my way through college by working in restaurants. My first jobs, a lot of them were working on, let's see here. I made pizzas. I delivered pizzas. I waited tables at a pizzeria. I worked at 3 different pizzerias, and that's back when I was in shape. And of course, stop working at the pizzeria. That's where you start putting on weight. You started without me. I was down buying cookies. Scal says, "Oh, sorry, Scal. Did you get me some? I could go for some sugar right now." Let's see here. Hey Bear, why is the 9 amp hour battery not covered at LSA? Only 3 years. Can you tell me why? No, I can't. And it's the first I've heard of it because I don't honestly follow Rigid that closely, because until they get their act together, because it's weird. So Rigid is owned by Emerson, but it's made under license by TTI. TTI, who owns Milwaukee and Ryobi. Milwaukee has basically said, we're going to cover everything. Now they've got clauses in their warranty that say, if you don't buy it from an authorized dealer, if you're not the first person to own it, there's lots of different outs they could use. They never do. With Rigid, it's almost the exact opposite. And that's really weird to me. And I don't know exactly who it is that's paying the cost of warranty. If it's Emerson that's footing the bill, if it's TTI. And for those of you who don't know, Rigid really isn't its own brand. It's actually AEG, which TTI sells in Europe, and they just rebranded as Rigid here. In fact, if you go to, I think it's directoutlets.com. I could be wrong. If somebody wants to post the link. TTI has an outlet store. You can buy online. They also have some brick and mortars. They're mostly out east. And if you go there, you'll actually see AEG tools right next to the Rigid tools. And they take the same batteries and everything else. So anyway, it's a conundrum to me about why they're not following the same business pattern that Milwaukee is. And maybe it's just to force people up into the Milwaukee brands because they make more money off the Milwaukee because they own it and they're not just getting paid a license to make it. Let's see here. Let's catch up with everyone here. What camera and mic do you use for your videos? For the ones where you see me out and about, I use the DJI Osmo for like the show videos and stuff like that, or my shop with me. I have a Sony, just popped my neck. I have this little Sony one that I use for a lot of the stuff. I like it because it has the flip up so I can set up on a tripod and I can get my framing and stuff. I also use my cell phone for a lot of stuff. I really do. And the microphone we're using right now is a ICE from Blue. It's a basic USB microphone. We try to keep it simple, try to keep workflow simple. Why are you back? Oh, she made a picture. Hold on. Whoops, where'd it go?
Yeah, it's only one picture.
Happy Mother's Day. That's right, tomorrow's Mother's Day. Don't forget to use the 25% coupon tomorrow at Harbor Freight on something for Mom. Get her something nice. If you get divorced, it's not my fault. The Rigid thing sounds like an intercompany war. It probably is sort of a turf thing. Chuck Gillis in the house with a $2 holler. Ryobi sucks. Yeah, next week's going to be hard. We'll take a moment and think about Shaka. Shaka doesn't like Ryobi, and next week is, or I believe it is, Ryobi week or days or whatever. So it's going to be a hard time for him. Let's see here. Let me catch up on these. So TTI has those three companies. Does that mean those three companies all have all the same guts, just reduce power to keep Milwaukee at the top like GM does? In some ways, yes. They're not as bad as Stanley Black & Decker. If you look inside a DeWalt, inside a Craftsman, inside a Porter Cable, inside a Black & Decker, you will see a lot of identical parts. In fact, if you look at the Porter Cable, the Craftsman, and the DeWalt, you'll see parts that look identical except for the quality of the part. Basically, and it'll be just like GM does. It's like they build the part out of better quality, but they use the same design, but they'll build it out of a better quality for the Buick than they will for the Chevy. So, really? Anyway, TTI, you will see some of that in some of the tools. In some of the tools, you won't see that. But there is a lot of the technology that goes into this stuff that is shared as well. So, like, what you got to realize is the problem with brushless tools isn't making the tool. That's not the hard part. It's the programming that goes into running that motor at optimal speed. There's a lot of simulation that has to happen to find the optimal settings for alternating those brushes. It seems like something simple. Apparently, it takes thousands of man hours to come up with an optimal, hundreds of thousands of man hours to come up with programming for an optimal solution on that. Bear, did you know if DeWalt FlexVolt batteries work on 40-volt motors? I don't know that. Never tried or thought about it. Let's see here. The Boylan's there with the $1 super chat. See, why is it not scrolling down there for me? Chuck Dog, just small leg day. This is ridiculous. William Logan. Wishing Mrs. Bear a happy Mother's Day and hope she feels better. Thank you so much. I'll pass that along. As far as I know, she's probably upstairs listening to this. She's got those headphones things that she wears all the time. She's probably lying in bed listening. If so, I love you, sweetie. I hope you feel better. Have you ever thought about doing a follow-up 10 reasons why brand does not suck? I'm actually going to be doing a top 10 tools of video is what I'm going to be doing. I have a Milwaukee one I've been working on and some other ones. It's just, I've got so much stuff to work on. All right, let me see if I can caught up here. Sorry, I know I missed a whole bunch in here. We talked about the rigid thing. Heading to New Hampshire tomorrow, and we'll be hitting up the Harbor Freight while I'm there. Oh, cool. I know William's out in the middle of nowhere, so it's a treat when he gets to go into town, as it were. Going down first thing and purchased her a 72-inch level. That's the Mother's Day gift. You know, it's important. Keeping things on the level in a relationship is important. You know, keeping it balanced. Cowbell, who's RIP earbud user. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have my little warning to earbuds to headphone people. I don't think husbands should ever buy their gifts on Mother's Day. She's not even my real mom. No comment. My favorite gift has always been to take them to the store of their choice and basically like give them a gift card and just carry the bags and do whatever they want and just be there as their, the manservant kind of thing. Hold on here. Jim Grady says, good night, folks. See you next week. Hope Miss Bear feels better. She was like a real sweetheart. She is. She's definitely my better half. Or somebody makes the joke, my better 2/3 or something. Anyway, take care. Michael says he's going to bed. Hope the wife feels better. Thank you very much, Michael. All right, we got those super chats in. You just got extra brownie points on that one. Let's see here. I got the wife a new air compressor for Mother's Day. She said I can sleep on the couch tonight. What's funny is, people always say, like, they give advice to young men, don't ever buy your wife, a vacuum cleaner or appliance for the house or something. My wife's the complete opposite. I bought her a Shark steam mop, and she's just like tickled pink, thinks I'm the best husband in the entire world. She loves it when I get her stuff for the house. Panther platform. Panther, I know he's new to the channel. He's been binge watching and stuff. We're glad to have you here. Family Dollar motor oil for my new BMW 750. Oh, wow. That's a nice car. Shadow's Edge, William Logan, both out in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to be out in the middle of nowhere here in a few weeks. I'm looking forward to it. I've even gotten back into listening to country radio and stuff, and you can get out of the city and I don't know what it is, but when I'm out in the country, I feel like I got to listen to country radio. I don't know why. Most of the times, I don't even listen to the radio. I listen to my Audible books. Daughter Rob, my guy didn't get something last year. He learned quickly that doesn't work. I made him a dad. He could buy me flowers or candy or something. Yeah. We had some leftover. There was a school function and the wife brought home churros and now she doesn't eat gluten. All right. She's not supposed to, at least. I figured the churros for me, so I ate them. Oh, you're all lucky I'm still alive. So I need to do something special for her tomorrow. She's going to be bummed about missing this whole thing. She's not going to be have fun. Cowbell. Yes, we got to have the cowbell. Ugh, country music. I know. I grew up around a lot of country music. And then they get into that whole young country thing, like in the 90s and stuff. I wasn't into that. But the newer country music, there's a lot of it I really like. I don't get... Hold on. Wait, come here. Stop scrolling. I missed the VCG stream earlier because I was at the Palomino. I need to spread the truth there too. The Williams says, I don't get any radio signals here worth a darn. Only French-Canadian radio sucks. Sacre Coeur. Or Sacre Bleu. Sacre Coeur is a church. See how good my French is? What are your thoughts on Harbor Freight 29-gallon compressor? Only seen your videos here on the 2020. I don't have that one. I've not had much chance to play with it. But check out Explorer Steve. That's with an X, no, not the E. So Explorer Steve. If you see a guy with a white van, like a camper van, that's his channel. He's another Las Vegas, YouTuber. Great guy. Just salt the earth type. I really enjoy talking to him. He and I have been hanging out. I haven't talked to him in about a month. By the way, Steve, if you see this, I'm really sorry. I'm sure you've been busy. I've been busy too. We got to reconnect before I head off to Montana. But anyway, check out his channel because he just got the compressor. He's a serious tool guy. A lot more higher end stuff than I have here. He's fully retired on his own. His cubs are off, and so he has plenty of disposable income to put into that sort of thing. And he really likes his compressor. He'd been waiting to get it, waited for a good deal, picked it up, and sure you check out his channel. He's got a review on it. It's pretty nice. I should be up there on 6/22 for that night's live stream. We'll save a spot for you. Son of a weasel. I forgot to make hotel reservations for the Weatherby sale in Wyoming. Flock of seagulls. I'm going to have to check and see if that's still... The first week of June up in... I can never remember the name of the town. Let me look it up here. Let me look up Wyoming maps. It's up north central in Wyoming. Come on. I think it's in Sheridan. Could be wrong, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure it's in Sheridan. And so we planned to go to the Weatherby sale. Weatherby, if you guys don't know, they're famous for their shotguns. Shotgun is, to me, they're like golf clubs. We're going out, we're going to shoot some clays, and have a good time kind of thing, and come back. I don't play golf anymore because I suck. I like to say I started playing golf when I was 7 and I never got any better. And that's just the truth. But skeet and trap and stuff, I'm not half bad. I'm better at skeet than I am at trap. Trap is deceptively hard. It looks easy, but you really got to understand it. Where skeet is moving so fast, you can't think about it. It just happens. All right, let's see here. Oh, gotta get my mouse in the right place. There we go. Steven, thanks for the great info. New to your channel. Steven, thank you so much. Sorry. Headphone users beware. We need a new cowbell. That thing's on its last legs. Let's see here. Grimeen says, I bought a 12 by 24 storage building to be my man cave workshop, but wife and daughter filled it up with their junk now that I can hardly walk through it. I have to fight tooth and nail for every inch of my shop. Let me tell you what. Hopefully she's asleep. We nicknamed the wife the ferret because she likes to get stuff and she brings it back and she keeps it. She makes piles of stuff. And if there ever was, it's a nicer term than pack rat. Okay. She would keep everything. The only thing I keep are tools and related equipment. Everything else I'm real minimalist about. Basically, the rest of the house could have a TV and a couch and a bed, and that's about all I need. And but she's she's also a mom. She wants to keep the kids every little piece of paper they bring home from school. She wants to keep it.
I have a question.
What?
Can I have 2 tiny cupcakes?
Have you had dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Can I?
Yeah, go on. No, I'm good. Thank you very much. Anyway, hold on here. Let me catch up on the rest of these here. We talked about that stuff. Terry says, my wife getting candy card and $200 cash. Safest bet. That's the gift that keeps on giving, right? Cash. I got daughter raw flowers for Mother's Day and our son, and I had a secret meeting earlier today. All right. And let's see here. Charles says, wait until you listen to Waylon while you're driving your pickup on an open Texas highway. That's freedom right there. I do like some Waylon Jennings. All right. What do you think of the rigid Stealth Force oil impact driver? Not sure how I would feel on the power and longevity of the tool. It gets great reviews. Excellent reviews. I actually did a video of that one. I think it was the Gen 5 one about 2 years ago. I didn't particularly like it. I thought it had a really weird kind of torque curve on it. And it just kind of had this feeling it was just doing that a whole bunch over and over again. It's quieter. It definitely is quieter. It's probably just a personal preference thing. I didn't like the tool. So that's up to you. But you can go back and watch the video I did. I compared it and the Harbor Freight NiCad system and the Cobalt system. I think that was it. Oh, and the Gen 4 standard rigid system. So that was about 2 years ago I did that. Mark says, hey, Data Tools, what do you think of Harbor Freight solar motion lights? The solar motion... You're talking about the security lights? I think they're not bad. I've used them for some lighting on the side of the house and near a shed where I couldn't run electricity for it. And they seem decent enough. They held up to the California sun for a couple of years. We sold the house, so I don't know what happened to them after that. William's now trying to figure out if he can get to Wyoming next week or in a couple weeks. Jim Hallis says, when do the Lowe's prices change happen? Is it Monday mornings first thing, or do they happen whenever? They happen whenever. Basically, it's going to be first thing in the morning. And that's what happens is it gets pushed out through the computer system saying there's going to be a price change. Then they have to actually print out the tickets, and somebody has to accept the price change into the system and go out and put the tickets on the tools. And what you hope for is if you're watching online, if you check the website for that local Lowe's, it will show up online first before it shows up in store. But because it's a clearance item, you can't buy it online. You can't even buy it to pick it up in store. But that one should give you enough time to get to the store before they get out there and put... Literally, I got the notice when it happened online, was able to drive to the store, and they had just put the prices up. When did the Lowe's... we just read that. I bought it. Oh, read that too. All right, I'm trying. We're trying to catch up, make sure we don't miss anything here. Da-da-da. You see how that jumps there? I was just here, and it just jumped right away. Daniel says, hey, how's it going, Daniel? Got plenty of cowbells here. Hey, everyone, don't forget to type in at the Den of Tools. You got to have the Den of Tools. So it pops up in the bright orange here, as you can see on this one, like where Steven typed in at the Den of Tools here. He says, hope she feels better. That helps. Those are the ones I definitely read. If I look through and I catch a regular one, like Grimmy says 72, well, it kind of went to good use. I'll try and read that one, but this one lets me know that you're definitely talking to me. You see like Amos here at Kanaman Studio. He's talking to him, so I know I don't have to read that message. Charles says, as the way things are going, soon kids will identify as moms so they can get gifts on Mother's Day. Terry says, got the Pittsburgh professional screwdriver set, 12-piece at Harbor Freight on clearance for $6.99. Is that the one that looks like the Snap-on ones? I have those. They're decent. I'm still looking for like the perfect screwdriver set for a good price. But I know I was looking at the Tecton. It's Tecton. I gotta remind myself Tecton. I've been looking at the Tecton ones, and they have an interesting handle. I'm not sure if I like it or not yet. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. I think also all the Tecton screwdrivers are made in the USA. At least all the ones I've seen so far. And let's see here. Wrench, pliers. Yeah, let's start with sockets, wrenches, drivers, and bits. Screwdrivers. All right, let me... You can see what I'm looking at here. So as you can see, hard plastic, and then you've got a softer plastic in black, and then a hard plastic end cap. And they and this interesting molding to it. I've only held them in stores and at the show. I've not used one. It looks interesting. I don't know. I think it's definitely going to be one of those things where you either love it or hate it. But it looks interesting. We're going to have to try them. But anyway, as I said, everyone I've seen had a made in the USA thing on it. So, all right. Go lay down. Go on. Good girl. She's like, the kids got snacks. I want snacks. Where to stop jumping on me? Hey there, Red Bear. What would you suggest for a weed whacker that is affordable? I either Works or Ryobi. You know what? Honestly, I used the freaking Black & Decker one for years. I bought their little kit that comes with a blower, 20-volt lithium, comes with a blower and a weed whacker. And we used that for the longest time. And it works just fine. We sold it at a garage sale because I wanted to upgrade to a slightly better system, but and really that was just me being a tool guy. There was nothing wrong with it, and it works just fine. The Works one, I like the Works one because it's got wheels on one side, so you could tilt the head and then use it as an edger, and it will just roll down the sidewalk, edging the grass there. And it works really well for that. And I know Bauer is going to be coming out with one as well. And that should be out here shortly. Let's see here. Dave says, Red, I heard Harbor Freight coupons have a greater value on tools that loiter in the store than they do on those that lurk. Can you confirm? No. That sounds funny. Nashville Cat's been playing since they babies. All right, I don't know what that means. So that's what happens when you jump into the middle of a conversation. William says, one of the reasons I moved from New Jersey to Vermont, well, it's Vermont versus New Jersey. I kid. I like New Jersey. I don't like Newark, but the rest of Jersey's nice. The gun laws here. No CCW required for open or concealed carry. Yeah, that's the one thing is there. In fact, New Hampshire was one of the first states, and then Vermont followed shortly thereafter to allow for, I think Florida went first. Actually, may have been New Hampshire was first. Either Florida or New Hampshire was first, and then Vermont came right after that to allow for permitless, or as they call it, constitutional carry. And everyone said, when Florida passed the law that, they didn't go constitutional. They went shall issue, and that was a big deal back then because at that point gun control was at its zenith, and they were crime was just going crazy, and the governor had to do something. So he said, well, let's let people arm themselves. And, we know what's happened since. They said, gun, blood. Oh, okay, I'm not going to get into politics. I'm sorry. I'm getting on my soapbox. I know. TJ says he's got it at Dental Tools. Exactly. That's exactly how you do it. Greetings from Bakersfield. Jim, how's it going? Scenic, lovely Bakersfield. All right. I don't advertise that I own firearms in public. I am big. I understand that people do open carry for political reasons to represent that, hey, look, normal people carry guns. I totally understand that. It is not a sound tactical reason to carry open because you're giving up your advantage by doing so. If you don't believe me, then look at those police officers on the street, uniform cops, always carry open because you already know they're a cop. You already know they have a gun. They've already given up that advantage. Plainclothes detectives always carry concealed. So you don't notice offhand who they are and realize that they're a threat. I need another cold brew. So do I. Sadly, I'm stuck with soda tonight. I didn't make it to the store. Daniel got the Corvette running. Nice. After sitting in my garage for 4 months. Oh, that's not bad. Going to use it. Got the 4 foot high medical cart. I'm going to use it for tools. Very heavy. Those medical carts are very robust. Anytime you can pick up any of that kind of metal equipment stuff from hospitals and whatnot, if you see that at a garage sale, snap it up. Maybe clean it with some Clorox, make sure it's germ free. But the stuff, they pay top dollar for that stuff. But it's made to last, and that's why they buy that kind of stuff. Sorry, drink break there. Just some caffeine in me here. Keep me going. Let's see here. Daniel says, and the guy also tomorrow is going to sell me a cherry picker 3-ton for $50 off Facebook. That's nice. That's a good deal on something like that. William, I grew up in New Jersey. What part of New Jersey? Did we have this conversation before? Steve says he just looked up Tecton Tools and learned their main location is just 4 miles away from us. You should check them out. Really nice folk. $60 for the medical. Daniel's just now showing off. $60 for that card is a steal. All right, what's going on here? There we go. I'm like, I missed something there. Travis Langard says, "Good, watch your ears." Cowbell coming in. Thank you for the super chat. For those of you who are new, don't know what's going on with that. So right down below in the chat window here, here, let's go down there. Right below down there, it says, in fact, I guess I can just do this, can't I? Let me go over here. Here it says, we get this little, show your support for Dental Tools. If you click on that, it'll allow you to enter in your information and you can donate money directly to the Dental Tools. And that helps fund our tool fund here to help me get in more tools to take a look at so that we can get you, get the latest tools in front of you and you can see what's what. Let me make sure I've got this thing set up. There we go. Right there. All right. And let's shoot. Where are we at here? Bum, bum, bum. Any update when the Herc circ saw will be coming out? How about the grinder and multi-tool they promised some time ago? There's a Herc grinder out already. There's a couple of them, I think. They're not cordless. I mean, that's probably what you're talking about. The circ saw should be out, I'm thinking, beginning of next month. And I should have one here for testing any day now, as far as I understand. So many people upset over no flashlights. Huh? No flashlights for what? Daniel with the $2 holler. Woo! Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me scroll up here, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, just reading through these messages here. DR Falcon coming in with $10. Woo! Thank you so much, sir. Did you continue testing the DeWalt clone batteries? I've actually been using them. In fact, I've got a real test. I'm going to use it to jumpstart an older battery pack. We'll see if it lives through that. If you don't know, if you've got an older lithium-ion battery pack that got below its charge level, it will not recharge again. It's a safety consideration, and but there's ways you can hotwire it to put just enough of a charge into it so that it will get it above that threshold to recharge. I've got a 36 volt battery for an electric scooter. It's a big battery pack, and I'm going to hook up 2 of those DeWalt batteries in serial to give it a kickstart. Hopefully not set the house on fire. If I'm not here next week, you know what happened. Shadow's Edge going to fix himself an adult beverage. Must be nice. Must be nice. Got to go finish the wife's Mother's Day gift. Good night, Matt. You take care. Shut up, Moto. Always having to chime in at the wrong time. Let me make sure here we didn't miss any other comments here. Update on the circus. Okay, I think we're up to date on all of that. All right. Okay. So, let's see here. Is there anything else from the show that I forgot to talk about? Somebody asked if I was going to the woodworking tool show at the end of July, and I registered for it, but I'm going to probably still be in Montana. So if I come back early, I'm going to go to the show, but the chances of that are pretty slim. So do I need to get the blowtorch out again? Let's see here. Sorry, just trying to read through. Maintenance man says that bought the Bosch laser measuring device. Seems okay. What other options are there out there? Bosch is probably the best one, to be honest. I did the review of that one. What I found is laser measuring is really for kind of getting a better guesstimate. If you're going to, there used to be a time where I would go and quote houses for painting rooms. I had a friend who ran a painting crew, and I did some work with him, and I understood the business side better than most of the guys that he worked with. And so he'd asked me to go and quote out some stuff. And I would have loved to have something like that, because I could have walked through and zapped this room and that room and get a close enough to exact measurement that it would have really helped. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't use it for making cuts because I would want an exact tape measurement for that. So, but that might just be me being overly careful. Travis with $10. Woo! Says, I have an opportunity to get a 4-foot, 3/4 power head. Is there any good machinists on here to learn? Oh, the lathe. Oh, wow. I would highly recommend this old Tony. Check out his channel. He's done a lot of stuff with lathes and machinist kind of stuff. He's great. I am not a machinist. I've built like desktop CNC kind of stuff. Not a machinist. And let's see here. Any idea why Harbor Freight did not make the Bauer and Herc battery able to use the same battery system? Terry, you're preaching to the choir. I have complained to my contacts at Harbor Freight who told me I was preaching to the choir. My understanding was that the decision was made above their pay grade. I think it had to do with the manufacturers that they had to deal with and the type of molding systems and whatnot, that they couldn't make the systems compatible. I don't know the truth in that. I think they missed a golden opportunity to set themselves to basically like put themselves ahead of the pack. If they would have come out with like the Earthquake and the Bauer and the Hercules and all those, it took the same battery platform. I think there have been so many people who before were like, I don't think I'm going to try Harbor Freight, who'd be like, I think I'm going to try Harbor Freight now. Because I can tell you right now, the Hercules, there's nobody right now who makes a battery pack for the dollar than that Herc battery pack. At $40 for that, was it 4 amp hour battery pack with the top of the line Samsung cells and the aluminum heatsink and everything. Well, the aluminum heatsink's in the 2.5, but still, it is pound for pound, penny for penny. It's the best battery pack out right now. They're not saying there aren't better ones, but you're going to be paying $100, $150, $500 for some of them. What's with the hydraulic impactors? You're talking about the impact drivers that use liquids instead of mechanical. The idea is that they don't beat on you as hard and they're not as loud. And that's why they use a fluid system in there rather than a mechanical hammer system. Sonic says, I got the blade left skill saw, circ saw, and I'm blown away by the quality. Old school metal with a grounded plug. I know that a lot of people complain that they're not as good as they used to be. And maybe they're not, but they're still pretty darn good. And you get some benefits out of you don't get out of the older stuff. So, Daughter 119 views, only 44 likes. Well, you know what? I understand why they don't like it, because liking costs money, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Anyway, remember, the best way to support the channel, even if you can't afford to do a super chat or something like that, is to like and share the videos. What is your problem? Is no one playing with you? Come here. Come on. See, Dad still loves you. I do. You're still a good hound. At Cal Ranch today, they had an adoption center. They must have had 30 dogs there. I almost came home with all of them. My wife would have killed me and then let the dog sleep on my side of the bed. Let's see here. It jumped there. I missed a bunch of stuff. Shell's Edge, I do hope you hear more back from Win after you posted that video. I hope so as well. I think they're a great budget alternative, but their communications have been poor would be an overstatement or understatement. There have been no communications to me, so we'll see what happens. There's gonna be a lot of communications, a lot of emails flying come Monday. I've talked to so many different people here. Make that shut up Moto shirt. I'll buy one. Moto G6. Hey, that's what I got. I like my Moto G6. I'm pretty happy with it for the money. Will Harbor Freight have a big sale on Memorial Day? Oh, you can bet they will. I can't brain today. I got the dumb. I kind of feel like that after this past week. I am... Oh. I'm going to blast this out. I worked 2004 Nissan today. Bought some Hex Pittsburgh sockets. Got 3 flashlights and a $4 long bent needle nose pliers. Nice. I like those kind of pliers. There's lots of stuff. I do so many things with small like electronics and whatnot. And I often use them for like inserting chips and stuff like that. I know you're not supposed to, but I do. Hold on here. That would be me and all the cats. Daughter talking about my comment about bringing home the dogs. They had no cats, thank goodness. Is that like Kansas, but our Kansas? Maintenance man with $4.99. Watch your ears. Cowbell coming in. Thank you so much, sir. Always a big supporter of the channel. We need something different than the cowbell. I had a maraca around here. It's not nearly as much fun. Oh, come on, focus there. I didn't even know that thing could change focus. Can it really do that? Wow. That's my webcam there. I had no idea it had a mechanical focus. What? Did you want to say something to the people? Did you now? What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about? Huh? Yeah. Go. She has nothing to go chew on, so she's getting all hyper now. Daughter had the little music maker. Oh, she did. She did have it. Little klepto. Eleanor? She's up in her room. Air horn. Yeah, I need to get one of those truck horns you can put up on top of the cab. That'd go over well. Oh, wait. We could go this route. Just a second. Let me see if I can get my, if you want to ask if I know how to play a musical instrument. There we go. The old foghorn. Or as we like to say, trolls. What? What do you want? Did Timmy fall down the well again? That kid. I say we leave him down there. No air truck horn, please. It's not your Kansas, it's our Kansas. Oh. All right, hold on. I gotta take a drink here and wet the old whistle. Oh yeah, the old Ricola ads. Play crystal wine glasses. Oh, what is that movie? There's a movie where the actress in there, it's the Miss Congeniality, and her talent is playing water glasses. It's kind of a haunting kind of sound. Steve says, we have a neighbor that plays a big air horn on their sign. Sorry. I can just see a Scion with an air horn on it. That's hilarious. Shadow's Edge, when you said the Timmy comment, I broke out laughing so hard. Let's go ahead, Timmy. Timmy, come here. Come on. Ow, come here. Come on. There we go. Oh, gotcha. Say hi to everyone. Oh, come here. They're over here. Look, they're right here. Right here. Over here. Stop licking me. Stop. Dog thinks I'm a salt lick. All right. Daughter, he delivers pizza with said IQ. Oh, jeez. Hey, I used to deliver pizza. Are you trying to say something? Oh, anyway. Amazing. Your voice reminds me of someone. Oh, he's talking to Pan. I'm like, my voice reminds you of Chris Farley. Anyway, put an airport that plays Cucaracha propane forklifts. Puppy NyQuil for the win. Oh, does Hound need some NyQuil? Does she? Terry Reed says, good night. Love your channel. I've got a number of friends to subscribe as well. We'll be back next week. Terry, thanks for stopping by. Glad you were here. And we'll hope you see you next week. Hey, don't forget to check out the videos during the week. We're going to do hopefully be touching base with a lot of the other the companies that we talked to at the show. I'm going to be doing a history of Tecton here. It's going to be coming out probably on Monday or Tuesday. Basically, I was stunned that the company's been around for 50 plus years. It's a U.S. based company. Had no idea. And there's so many people who are just stunned, have no idea that there's a U.S. based company putting out tools like this kind of quality at that price. And I just want to get the word out there about them. Scorpion says, I had 2 air horns on my 79 Bronco when I got an old VW Bug and a train air horn. And you could toggle between the two as needed. That's too funny. You know, the first vehicle I ever rode in that had an air horn, I think, was an old Bronco. Anyway, I'm trying to think, who else did we talk to at the... Oh, Works. I'm going to be touching base with the guys and gals over at Works. And they've got a lot of great budget selection kind of stuff. They have a much bigger tool selection than you really think of. Because they always have this kind of infotainment or ads that go on, like the, stuff you see at like 1 o'clock in the morning where you can get this and it slices, dices, and julienne fries. And it kind of makes them come across as kind of a cheesier tool brand than they really are. They actually have some really decent budget, homeowner friendly kind of tools that not a bad platform to get into. I know they a lot of people like to sit there and say, I'd never use Works or something. But if you're just looking for something to trim the hedges with and blow grass trimmings back into the yard and whatnot, you don't need to get a $300 Milwaukee for that. Check out my videos. You'll hear the Yumper Wisconsin Chicago accent. Terrible situation. Hey Red, what pistol do you carry daily? It depends on what I'm wearing. Because in Vegas in the heat, I can pretty much, being a bigger guy, I need to sit back and relax. I can pretty much just wear like a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops or something. So, on the warmer days, I'm carrying a Car 380. It's a CW 380. It's a little pocket pistol. It's not what you want to carry. It's oh my gosh, at least I have this gun. Typically, though, I also have a Car PM9 that is kind of like, it's a little bit bigger. Then I also have an FN9, and that's my favorite sidearm. But I have to be able to wear an outer jacket or something to wear that because I have to wear it. I have to wear it being a bigger guy, I have to wear it on the waistband. And you're going to see it if I'm not wearing something over it. Even if I'm wearing a shirt, it's going to print badly. So, oh my gosh. Let me see if I can show you some of the guns that I've carried. I had some pictures of it here. I may have deleted the pictures. They're up on my... Hold on. What's up?
I drew the thing.
Oh, will you go stop that?
Alexa, stop.
Where'd it go? I'm pretty sure I had it. Oh, I can't find it right now. Sorry. Anyway, I used to teach CCW classes, so I've tried about everything else. Why Car? Car is the only firearm company built from the ground up as a CCW firearm. It was designed as backup guns for police officers. and they're solid guns. They're built like a tank. They're just dead simple. There's no safety on them. They have a double action throw trigger, which is a very long, which basically makes the trigger the safety, and they have an offset on the lug on the barrel that gets the barrel lower, thus creating a lower bore access. And they function. They have all the manual arms of a full-size pistol and a smaller pistol. When you go to a lot of the smaller pistols, you lose sights, you lose a lot of the controls and a lot of the functionality you get in a bigger pistol. With the car, you don't lose any of that. And they're just dead reliable. And they go bang every time you pull the trigger. And I've, and if you make sure, if you break them in and you treat them away, you can feed anything through them. Hollow points, black talons back when you could get them. Any ammo I've put through them, it's always shot it without a problem. Let's see here. The Works Blade Runner is great for vinyl flooring, compact, and is great. It's like a scroll saw. Yeah, that thing is nice. That's one of those kind of saws that people don't pay enough attention to. If I had a fraction of a cent for every time somebody commented on my accent. Let's see here. I'm sure Moto has an air horn app. I think it does, actually. I think I've used it to scare the kids before. Dick Tickles, I'm more of a Ruger LCP and LC9 guy. Don't care for the car triggers, but they are safer to carry since the pole is so long. I've had the Ruger LCP, which is a knockoff of the Keltec 380, and I had the LC9. I had it in the original hammer fired. I had it in the striker fired also, and I've ended up selling all of them. Ruger makes an excellent gun. They really do. But I'm a big guy. I got big mitts here, and I can carry and shoot the car better than I can shoot the Rugers. It just fits better in my hand, sits better. The light beaver tail in it, even though it's light, still sits better in the webbing of my hand there, and it's just easier to shoot. Canon Studio, good night. You have a good one. Do you have a cheap electric forklift motors available to you down there? I'm looking to make it into an electric vehicle. I look around for those on Craigslist every so often because I know that's the number one motor that people go to when doing an electric car conversion. Hey, by the way, has anyone seen the guy who recently put one of the Predator, the 212cc Predator, in a old small Dodge pickup truck? He did a great job on that conversion. And I mean, it's obviously for something just around the ranch and such. But if you go over to denatools.com, the first post on the main page on the blog is a link to that video. You need to check it out. It's a fun video. He did an amazing job. And it makes me think about getting just an old dead small 4x4, like an old Jeep or a Suzuki or something like that, and getting one of the bigger Predator motors and putting it in there and doing a swap as a little, going out camping, hiking, or not hiking, trail running kind of thing, if you could do it. Boylan's already rented a camera down, can see it, talk to the pros. Oh, you guys are talking to the conversation. Okay. Do you have a cheap, or we already had that one. Where am I? 9mm is my favorite caliber. You can find it anywhere. Mine too. I like 45 in that as a self-defense and a home defense because it's slow moving, which means it doesn't over-penetrate. 380 is it's good enough kind of caliber. There's so many choices in 9mm. You can get high speed, low speed. It slices, dices, julienne fries. It does everything. But 9mm is high pressure, high power 9mm. It's hot knife through butter, man. It'll shoot through your house, the neighbor's house, the school down the street, the grocery store, through 5 cows and out the other side. It's a fast round. Scorpion, I just love the people on this chat. Thank you for subscribing. I'm only one away from the magic 20 subs. Oh, congrats, Scorp. Oh, yeah. Well, if you haven't checked it out, check out his channel. By the way, let's take a moment to say thank you to all the moderators here. I'm having a problem with that word tonight. Earlier said demonetizers. I keep wanting to say that. William Toolhead. Hey, Toolhead. I didn't say hi to you before. Sorry about that. Shadow's Edge. Amos is here. William. Maintenance Man. Excuse me. William. Well, I already said William. I keep saying William. Shadow's Edge. Terry's in the house. Most of them are creators in their own right. Check out their channels. Be sure to like and subscribe if you can. Throw them a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. Also, if you've got a channel, feel free to post it down below, and we'll all try and check it out, and we try to share the love. Uh-oh. Am I in trouble? Have you been listening? You have been, haven't you? Yeah, the missus just creeped into the kitchen. She's not talking, but she's got her phone and her headphones on. She's been listening. I knew she's been listening. I don't know, I had a Ruger P9. Yeah, the Ruger P9 was not their best firearm. Ray seems to be a bit intense. Are you saying Steve would rather watch the race tonight than a Tools? I'm aghast. Terry says he carries a Smith & Wesson 9mm 69 subcompact. Wow, that's a nice firearm. Trying to catch up here on it. I know the Hammer fire, but I've been really digging the Beretta PX4 Storm. That's a nice gun. I had a friend who had one. She carries it all the time. And I think it's an excellent choice for a young lady. I'm teasing. Actually, I really like shooting it. In fact, I like the Beretta Nanas also as a nice little pocket gun. Beretta makes fantastic fire. One of my favorite shotguns. My favorite shotgun is a Beretta. And one of these days, I'm going to splurge and buy one of the really nice Beretta shotguns. But I got lucky. I got one of what was considered the first Walmart Beretta. When Beretta decided they were going to enter the Walmart shotgun realm, they weren't sure if it was going to be a good choice for them. So they took one of their less expensive Italian shotguns and just marked it down and sold it for the first year at Walmart. And of course it sold like hotcakes. So they said, okay, this is going to be a thing. They bought and built a plant down in Brazil, took the same shotgun, stripped it of all the details, and then it had a wood stock and a wood foregrip and had engraving and all that. Got rid of all that, made the same shotgun just with cheaper materials, all plastic down in Brazil, and that became the Walmart shotgun after it. But the first year was a true Italian Beretta, and I picked one of those up used for, I think I paid $275 for it. I didn't even know what it was when I bought it. I just remember looking at it, thinking it was nice, and it was a Beretta, and it was under $300. And it's a 20 gauge. Oh, I love it. Sorry, I know I'm going on and on. Carry what's comfortable, easy to shoot. It's the best reason to choose one gun or another. I have the LCP. I don't shoot. It don't shoot well. Don't like 380s anymore. Snub 32s are better. They're not bad. Basically, carry the biggest gun that you can reasonably carry at that time. In sweat shorts and flip-flops and t-shirt, I can't carry anything bigger than a 380, so that's what I carry. When I'm in the car, I usually have something, a full-size 9 in the car. Actually, the Sears, the truck, I should say, not carrying my car. Carrying my car in the car. Sound like from Joyzy. Anyway. Let's see here. Doing the Geo Tracker, you'll get a better power to weight ratio. Oh, the engine swap? Does Hercules sell a jigsaw? No, they don't, but they will. There was... Oh, wait. Travis! Sorry, towards the Beretta fun. All right, watch your ears. Cowbell incoming. There we go. I know it always devolves into gun talk around here. It's, that's when I started the channel. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do guns and tools, because to me, guns are just another type of tool. It's just a different tool chest, and it's like looking at screwdrivers. We were just looking at them over here. Let me pull it back up. That's not it. There we go. You can't have one screwdriver. You've got your square recessed screwdrivers. You've got your slotted screwdrivers. You've got your Phillips head. By the way, for those of you who don't know, there's no such thing as a flathead screwdriver. They're slotted screwdrivers. Flatheads are the screws. Slotted is what this is. But don't become a grammar Nazi correcting people. I'm just throwing that piece of trivia out there for those of you who don't know. But the fact of the matter is, like this, you're not going to have one screwdriver, and as such, you can't really have one firearm. People ask, what's the one firearm I should have? It's a tool. You've got to pick the right tool for the job. Anymore. Anyway, I know I'm singing now. Wish I started drinking tonight. Dimrock in the house. How's it going, my man? 20 volt Herc 9mm. It is cordless. The time for another channel, The Den of Guns. Oh my gosh. I wish I had the time. I really do. I keep saying I'm going to start another channel doing this and that. I started a politics channel so I could vent politics. I never have time to post on there. My first was an old school Belgian Browning A5 12 gauge. Those are beautiful guns, and they're so nice to shoot. And you can pick up, if you know where to... Here's my hot tip for you. If you live in a decent-sized city, find the gun stores that are primarily your black rifle store. That is where the guys go to buy the really tricked-out ARs and stuff like that. If that store also has a used section, what you will get is you'll get young guys bringing grandpa's old shotgun in to sell so he can buy his first AR or something cool. And that used gun rack will often have a bunch of really nice older shotguns. I picked up a French side-by-side, and I really, people told me when I sold it, you're going to regret selling it. And I do. But it was so old that you had to use low power shell. I had to buy special shells for it, but it was a work of art. It was just gorgeous. And I think I paid $140 for it. And it was a 20 gauge side by side. I know everyone loves over-unders. I love side by sides with the English style stock. That's a straight stock. There's no swell pistol grip kind of thing in there. No, what do they call it? A Prince William or whatever. Prince Philip. I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, I'm not a big fan. I like the English style stock. So, anyway, back to tools. Joe's in the house. Joe, am I late? Talk about sidetrack. Hope everyone has enjoyed their night. It's been one of those nights. It really has. It's been one of those weeks. All right. Dick says, there's no one firearm owned. Nobody's going to use a bolt action for home defense. I hope not. Although there is a great video that was on YouTube about a guy says he preaches, learn to work the gun that you have. And he runs a course using a single shot breech loading 12 gauge. And the guy runs it like a pro, man. Just boom to boom to boom. He's just got it down. That said, I think even he would prefer to have, a good semi-auto for a home defense situation. Terry, thank you very much. Yep, remember we're a family-friendly channel here. So try to keep the comments Cub-friendly. Even if the Cubs aren't around, they watch this stuff. They listen to it. Not just my Cubs, other people's Cubs. And maybe someone's mom. And maybe your mom's watching. She's going to see what you wrote. I'm going to tell her. My first gun was a Ruger P89 9mm stainless. That's a classic. It really is. I gotta say, Ruger makes some excellent stuff. I'm not trying to think. Oh yeah, Ruger 1022. That's like a no-brainer kind of one. I think that's the only Ruger stuff I have right now. I'll say though, if you're looking for, I've got the Ruger 22 that's in the AR style. I can't remember what it's called. That thing is, I think it's Ruger. No, wait, it's not Ruger. It's I just forgot who makes it. Is it Smith & Wesson? No. Who makes that AR style 22? Why am I asking you? She's like, I don't know. My dad's biggest regret when taking me hunting was when he first taught me. I had a 3-shell gun. He told me to carry double, then bought me a single shot. Never corrected the rule. I had a 3. Hold on, I gotta read that again. My dad's biggest regret when taking me hunting is when he first taught me. I had a 3-shell gun. He told me to carry double, then bought me a single shot and never corrected the rule. Okay. This is for fun. Spilled a beer on the keyboard. Oh my gosh. Beer down. Get a straw. Ruger 1022 Takedown is a nice little firearm. New made Ruger revolvers are not as good anymore. The LCRs are the only exception. I don't know. I had the Ruger Alaskan in 454 Casull. Very well made gun. Not fun to shoot. The only Ruger I own is the M77 30-06 rifle. Yeah, I sold all. I think I've got one 30-06, and it's a family hand-me-down, so we're not going to sell it. But everything else that was in 30-06, I standardized on 308. Shadow's Edge says hi. She's waving. She's still not feeling good. Savage has a new Takedown 22. The Savage is my long gun of choice. From all my bolt action stuff are all Savage. Number of shells: 3-shot carry 6, single shot carry double. Deer walked away. Oh, don't you hate it when dinner just walks off? I'm gonna find out who broke into the house in June 2017 and stole the Winchester 22 scoped rifle. Whoever did it had inside knowledge because it wasn't easy to find. Yeah, I'm in the same situation. After my wife's father passed, somebody broke in and somebody had keys and got in and stole a couple firearms, including a lever action 30-30. And that when I find them, yeah. Anyway, it was late. Did you shout the Mod Squad and their YouTube channels? We did, but since DeBrock is late, make sure you check out DeBrock's channel also. He's one of the longtime moderators here, and has been a great help. He stuck with us all 4 hours last week. The Boylands, yeah, my 2-year-old little girl loves it when she sees the bear talking about tools. It sure beats the other cartoons, except for maybe Masha and the bear. Wait, on the wrong one. Now that's funny. Nice. Deer, how about bears? What about bears? Bears shoot back. As a starter pistol, everyone should own it. Savage's rule, but I'm in love with the POF firearms review coming on my channel. I can't wait to see it. Any thoughts on Henry rifles? Henry rifle is an American story writ large. They make excellent guns, just top of the line stuff. And they made a new one that's got, you can side load straight into the tube or into the chamber kind of thing. And they're just, the quality on a Henry is, you can't come close to it. You do pay for it, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a immigrant family that came here wanting to, make it big in America, and they've done an exceptional job of making a top quality firearm in the U.S. Terry says good night. He's out of here. 10 p.m. there. Happy Mother's Day, Mrs. DeBear. She's waving. And you all stay safe. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, Terry. You take care. Savage made some nice pocket pistols. I don't even remember those. Sharks just beat the Blues 6-3. Dang it. I hate the Sharks. Terry needs subs. Brian Mack, own a 22. Yeah, it's... You know what So the first one I got for the Cub was I got him the Cricket, which is, if you're not familiar with the Cricket 22, let me look this up real quick. The Cricket is just a great little firearm. I think they got bought out by somebody. But let me pull this up here. It's this firearm right here. Here's the thing about the Cricket. It's like the difference between driving a automatic car and driving a fully automatic car or a fully manual car with a choke. So you have to, it's a single shot, at least the base model one is, and the one we got him. It's single shot, so you have to open the bolt. The spent shell will pop out. You have to load one round at a time. You have to push the bolt forward, lock it down, and then you have to pull the plunger to cock it. And you have to do that every time before you shoot. And this slows the whole process down, puts them into the whole process mode to shoot, and really makes them pay attention to every single shot, because you're having to work for every single shot. And it's such a fun little gun. We've been at the range and had guys like professional football players come up and ask if he could shoot the gun. And you should have seen this dude. I'm 6'2", and this guy had 3 inches on me and a foot wider than me, and he's holding this little gun like a little toy, and he was just giggling every time he shot it. And that's the way it feels. I had so much fun that I went out and bought a old, it was like a 1973 Stevens. And it's basically the adult version of the same thing. Fully manual, you got to do all the steps to fire it. And you sit down with a box of 22s for the day, and that's it. I mean, you don't need anything else. You'll have rounds left over. And you'll still have a blast shooting it all day long. Anyway. Let's see. Let's catch up on some of these comments here. Da 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 da. Race is over. Now Steve can pay attention. Are you coming over here? Or are you just going to lurk off to the side? You going to sit down? Uh-oh. Incoming. All right, everyone. Remember, I already had those tools. All right. See if you can squeeze on in here.
You can tell how sick I am. I don't have any glasses on.
Oh, jeez. Let me move the chat window over so your head's not obscured as much.
Hey. Daughter of Ra, yes. Tea and wonton soup.
You and your wonton soup.
I can't really see without glasses.
Where are your glasses upstairs?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry enough to go get them, but I am sorry.
Nice.
Oh, wrong button. There we go. Sorry, I'm adjusting the window there so we can actually see everybody. And there we go. All right. Let me lock that in place. There we go. Okay, let's just catch up. Lots of warm tea, chicken soup. It's like chicken. It was pork soup. Pork wontons. And...
Do you need to go outside?
No, I think she wants dinner.
She got sick earlier, so I'm going to wait.
Did she really?
Mm-hmm.
Again? Poor hound.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Got cameras now. Got everyone who comes in the front door. Yeah. Sorry about that. Somebody had his house broken into and they stole a firearm from him. And it was in such a place that the person obviously knew it was there.
That is such a bummer.
Yeah. Bowman says, man, my pop just got one of those the Mare's Leg 45s. That thing is vicious. Mare's Leg is a cool looking gun. I don't know if I'd want to shoot one, but that's a kind of it's a short barreled. If you don't know what mare's leg is, a short barreled lever action rifle. That's often worn in a kind of a holster kind of thing on the leg, and the
No, you're gonna knock everything out.
the lever has this big loop on it, so you can easily operate it while riding. No glasses, but still rocking the earbuds.
Oh yeah.
Still rocking the earbuds.
Mr. Doughboy's in the house.
Hey, Mr. Doughboy.
Grimmy says he only has 3 subs. Come on, guys, check him out. We can get him up to 5, maybe 10 tonight. Oh, he's got 5 now. See? There, I told you we could do it. Can't beat a Browning Buckmark for 20. I'm not a fan of the Buckmark. Just because the manual arms of it is so different. I also don't like the Ruger, the standard, was it the Mark 3s and 22s? The teardown of those things is atrocious. They're great to shoot. Don't get me wrong, they're stupid accurate. They're like shooting a laser. But maintenance on them is a beast. Daughter Ross says, Mrs. Bear. We've been talking behind your back.
All good things.
You've been listening, of
right?
course.
No,
Yeah, whatever. Sorry, I do not feel well tonight, DeBrock says. I gotta read it for her because she doesn't have her glasses on.
Yep.
The high standard 9-shot revolvers. You know, I almost bought one of those.
Hey, Amos.
William says hi. The Ruger Single 6 is very fun. I've got a friend who's really big into the Rugers. He's got the 45 Colt also. I can't remember what the name on it is. It starts with a D, I think. Race was good at the end. Sure it was. Hold on here. You can always send one of the Gophers for the glasses.
Yes. One of them is unconscious.
Is it Griffin?
It's the one that always goes to sleep early.
Elle?
Yep.
Really?
Totally asleep.
Oh, poor little. She's been tired all day.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Frodo Baggins needs some subs too. Let's see here. Funny you mention that because my neighbor discharging his tire clip, trying to let me know that he wasn't having my target practice. My first gun, yes, dear.
Shadow's Edge says, I'm a gopher at work. I'm wondering.
Go for this, go for that. I don't think he means
yeah.
like he actually like crawls underground and
No, I was
chews on
thinking
things.
more like, isn't there in the film industry? Isn't there a gopher? Okay. I'm tired and sick. What do I know? No one listened to me.
What do you guys use for soap? I like the Method Orange Bar soap. It's a bit expensive, but makes your skin feel good. Honestly, I use whatever she buys. She's a couponer, so we change products a lot, whatever is on sale that month.
We're not brand loyal.
Yeah.
We're coupon loyal.
Which is really weird because if you know, the rule is that we always grow up hearing is, you know, you buy in bulk to save money. You just buy the bigger products. But the reality is, if you clip coupons, often you buy smaller name brands because you'll get stuff like, it'll say like $1 off of any product. Well, if you can buy like the sample size ones that are $1, that makes it free. If you got 20 coupons, that's 20, you know, of 5-ounce bottles rather than buying one 60-ounce bottle or something. So we use name brand stuff. We just don't know what it's going to be that month. Whatever they decide to run the coupons on. You got Mr. Bear trained well on Mother's Day. I was telling him about how I like to take you shopping and just let you do whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Did you check out the price on that Works robot mower? Ouch. I did. Believe it or not, it is more than half the next type mower of that style, and a third less than most of them. So if you want to go with a robot mower, you're going to be paying that much, if not more.
Joe had to go.
Joe.
Have a good night.
Oh, Joe, take care. Have a good one. I shot about $1 through it. I have a feeling if Mrs. Bear goes back to the bedroom to get the glasses, she will be laying in bed. Yeah.
Yes, that might happen. Yes. I'm not sure when I went to sleep, but it was a long time ago.
We'll trade subs for beer. I'll trade subs.
Shadows
Can I
Edge.
trade my subs to get beer?
No.
Oh. How about whiskey? I don't even have a channel. It's so weird. You see these people, they're like, because it shows me, when I look at comments, it shows me how many subscribers somebody has. And I'll see somebody who's got like 250 subscribers, so I go to their channel, check it out. They've got, but they've got subscribers. It's weird.
Somebody corrected me. It wasn't Gopher, it's Gaffer. That's what I was thinking.
Gaffer, oh yeah. Gaffer
I'm
Tim.
tired. Thank you for helping me.
87 Subaru GI station wagon I used to ride in as a kid, been a favorite target for years. Parked next to the 97. Boy, you know what? That 87 Subaru, I think I took a driver's license test in a Subaru. It was before 87 because I graduated high school. Was it in 87? I graduated in 87. And I got my license when I was 14 in Iowa.
Oh my gosh.
So, can you imagine Duncan in 2 years getting his driver's license?
No.
Heck no.
No. Nope.
But that's Iowa for you.
Yeah.
What happened to Kibber? Used to be very high quality. If you were here earlier, I did a whole discussion on profit taking for companies. That basically they build a name and they get this great reputation, and then you get these MBA guys in there going, we can show you how you can make more money by building that same product with cheaper things, and nobody will notice. Well, for a few years it goes on like that, and then you get this horrible reputation, and sales fall off, and then somebody fires all those people and goes, nope, sorry, some people did some stuff, and we didn't know they were doing it, but we're going to take us back to where we used to be and build quality stuff. Mercedes was like the 80s, 90s era Mercedes were junk compared to what they used to be. So that happens in all industries. You'll see this up and down trend.
We were having a lagging issue, but apparently we're back.
Okay. Oh, wow. Video output low. That stream health is really bad. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. Is Griffin over there streaming something?
I don't think so, but I'll go look.
Go check. That little bugger. And I'm scrolling the wrong thing here.
Griffin, are you online?
What? Yeah, he doesn't know if he's online.
Are you on a computer? Are you on a phone? Okay.
Yes, he
Not
is.
Online.
He's lying. Sorry about that. Oh, Travis, $5. Thanks for the night, but 4 a.m. comes quick. Oh my gosh. No cowbell. But I got it over to Travis. We'll do virtual cowbell. Ding, 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 ding. Sorry, I know, probably hurting everyone's ears. We'll find something different to do then.
So you don't want cowbell?
Yes. Timo's did a $5 chat. Well, Travis did a $5 chat first and says that he's taking off. Have a good night. Then Timo came on and did one. And he says, no cowbell. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
82 grad there. Who was that? It jumped on me. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
William Sheckle, 80. There he is. Scorpion is an 82. Totally rusted out.
Hey, Shadow's Edge first car was a 73 Datsun. I
Huh.
had a 79. That was my first car.
You had a 610 also, didn't you? No, you had a 2... What was that, 230 or something? No. What was your Datsun? It was in Australia. She doesn't know what it was.
I don't know.
Was it right-hand drive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why driving for me is still a little sketchy in parking lots. It's like where you first learn to drive, how you first learn to drive in a foreign country on the wrong side of the car.
I gotta say, I'm a real control freak, and I don't usually like other people driving. I don't mind when she drives at all. I still drive 90-some% of the time, just because I am a control freak. But I don't flip out.
It's
Okay.
nice that you're going to lie to people
I don't flip out.
close to Mother's
I
Day.
do tell you when you're wrong and you're driving too close and you drive too fast and you're not doing it right.
I'm safe, and we'll just leave it.
You see why I have a YouTube channel? I have a need to tell people these things. I'm not opinionated.
your
I'm
lies.
just right.
I love you.
I love you too. The boy that says I got to cut out that 2-year-old needs to get put to bed. You have a good night. Good night to the little one too. Thanks for stopping by. You mean I owned a '67 Dodge D10 Custom Cat? That was my grandpa's. Oh, I'd love to get one of those old Dodge. At the show, I meant to take a picture of it. Somebody had a classic early '70s Power Wagon. Lifted. The colors were all right. It was fully restored. It was gorgeous. Yeah. Well, what a.
Wait,
What?
Butter of Raw, are you saying that you don't have a license?
What?
Wait, she said mine was a 2000 Ford Taurus. Still no license. Safer for everyone else. Are you saying that you don't drive? I have several friends that don't drive.
Yeah, they all live in the Bay where they can take public transit
Not
and stuff.
the Bay.
The Bay. Got interrupted by a commercial. Gotta love YouTube. I have no control over that. Sorry.
I did know someone who was living in the U.S. They're not from the U.S., but they took their driver's test, and they were so freaked out that the driving instructor asked if they would be driving in the United States, and they said no, they just needed their license so that they could drive internationally. And they were given a license provisionally if they promised to never drive in the United States. What are
Hold
you
on.
looking for?
I'm checking the connections because it's still saying our stream health is
Okay.
really low.
I'm still here. You guys can't see me, but that's okay. He's looking at diagnostic stuff.
I'm wondering if the hound knocked one of the cables out.
She was whacking things around. Oh, hi. Also, she's not feeling good, so if she says she needs to go out, you should let her out right away.
Okay. That's
Um,
loose.
Frodo Baggins, 3 on
Come on,
3, better
out.
than the figure 8, and don't hesitate. Ha ha ha.
Go lay down. You need to go lay down.
I didn't drive one car ever. I was driving when I was 13. You know, that's the thing. People are always shocked when they hear that areas, other parts of the country, mostly agricultural areas, you can get your license earlier. But if you think about it, it's kind of a necessity. Sorry, everyone's dealing with my sick face. My mother worked full-time out of the home and raised 5 of us. Never learned to drive. Interesting. My mom was able to see when I was younger, but lost her vision by the time I was old enough to drive. Or was pretty close to, not driving anymore. So I totally understand that. Mrs. DeBear gets the big chair. That's right. There's a little tiny bear next to me. I don't know if you can see him. I don't know if I can scoot over, honey. Let's see if Mom can scoot over. There you are. People are talking about their first cars.
I have a first car.
You have a first car? Oh, yeah. Did you tell them about your...
Yep. This is third place.
That's your sister's,
Yeah,
though.
that's my sister's.
Mm-hmm.
I got first place.
You have to look at the camera. Did you tell them that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh, wow. Major Weakness says, left a raw chicken in 100-degree heat all day in my car. In their first car, 73 Dart. Never recovered. The oil and gas smell just stank forever. Oh, man.
Ew.
Oh, looks like somebody said they lost us. Are we offline? Can someone tell me? A 1980 Chevy Caprice station wagon for $75 when you were 14. Drove it everywhere. Mostly dirt roads and logging trails. Oh, cool. Still got it. Yes, my first car, I believe I bought for $400 Australian.
It's like 25 cents, right?
Which at the time was about $200.
And now it says our stream is green.
Weird, because somebody else said, "Oh, Jabrock, or Griffin." Jabrock is asking how the poop business is going, little cub.
Good.
What are
He
you up
says
to?
good.
Savings.
I'm up to $875.
$875 in savings. Although he, this past week was a little slow because it's rained a bunch, so they don't do pickup in the rain. It gets a little soupy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too soupy.
I think
Good
your
night,
camera's out of
Amos.
focus. No, we're just fuzzy. In general, that's
Fuzzy
normal.
Wuzzy was bear.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Don't get me started.
Jabrock says that you can still hear us. Awesome. Amos, have a good night. Totally understand.
Oh,
You're going to take a nap before fishing. Awesome. Hopefully, what are you fishing for?
Oh, Scorpion had a 70 Camaro for $1,100.
Yes.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Oh, some people asked about doing a podcast. I'm going to look into that this week about taking each Saturday's night's Tool Talk and turning it into a podcast. I'm not sure where you post said podcasts. So if you have any recommendations, feel free to email it to me. red@denatools.com.
Major Weakness says, I thought bear poop was to be avoided.
Usually because there's bears about.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm probably mispronouncing your name again. I know that we talked about this, but I'm sick and I forgot. Is it Grimut? It says, when my grandpa died when I was 14 and I got his car and my mom was a single parent, decided that you were moving from Florida to Arizona. And so you had to drive while she drove the other one. So you've been driving since 14. Good job.
I had to do pretty much the same thing driving my grandfather's car from Des Moines, Iowa to Cincinnati. Not nearly as far. I don't think it's as far. I remember doing that drive. It was not fun.
Shadow's Edge says, can always use a cordless wet dry vac for the poop business.
Oh, jeez. First vehicle was a 88 Dodge Dakota. I got it for $4. I just saw a Dodge Dakota. What was it? It was some sort of performance edition. I didn't realize they did that in the Dakota. It looked fast. Sounded good. The paint job needed a new paint job, but it was a cool looking truck. It's pouring rain here in Mesa. It's so weird to get that much rain in the desert, isn't it?
Jabrock says, I need a loan. You have easy terms. Carson's Exploring Channel says, do you know how to play chess?
I do, but I play it badly. I'm not a great chess player. I'm better at Go and some other less, classic kind of games.
Grimwood, I can understand being totally scared to death, learning to, or just getting your license and then having to drive that far.
I see you guys later. Toss out a skip about my boring channel. Going to the Motor City with my casino with my $60 with the woman.
Aww,
you have a good time.
Good
luck.
night.
He just got his Corvette up and running tonight or today. So
trying to show a thumbs up. Yay!
I wanted to tell the bear he inspired me to spend $300 Cobalt Universal set. Oh wow, nice set. I like those Cobalt tools. I really do. I wish I could keep the ones that I have, but I don't have room for. I have too many tools.
Yeah.
I started out driving very young, illegally though. I started out driving the first vehicle I ever drove. Of course, starting not counting, sitting my dad's lap, which was I think it was 7th, and it was a Triumph TR4. But yeah, then I drove a Porsche 901. And a couple, some farm trucks and stuff like that. But I got my license when I was 14.
I can remember.
Patricia's here. Hey, Patricia.
Hey, Patricia. I remember my dad took me.
Graduated in the 80s, you young cub. You. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. And I was 12. And I did the pedals and was in the driver's seat. And he shifted. and I was scared to death. It was like a little tiny back roads in South Dakota, and I thought we were all gonna die because it was basically like a 1.5 lane dirt road, and then there was farm equipment coming the other direction. I thought we were all gonna die.
Donna Raw, I don't even have videos, and I have 2 subscribers. Yeah, it's weird, huh? Isn't it?
It's because you're amazing, obviously. People want to make sure they're in line when you do start posting.
Panther says, I love the great car stories. Yeah, my first car that I actually owned was a $300 1973 Chevy Vega that was held together by the rust.
I think we all kind of have those cars, though. It builds character, right? Unlike...
I wanted to buy a 72 Lancia, and my parents wouldn't let me spend my own money on it because my stepfather said that it was a piece of junk because Lancias were junk. I was like, but they're the rally car champions. And it wasn't rusted, but I'm guessing it was a beta, and I'm guessing it would have rusted out. You know, they're known for their rust. How it hadn't rusted, I don't know. But I just love the sound of those old European, the 60s, early 70s European cars. First car was a 96 Dodge Ram Sport V8. Oh, that sounds nice. I love my Ram. My 1500 with the Hemi. I would, I want to get something bigger I can tow a trailer with, like a fifth wheel or something. But I do love my truck. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just looking at other people's comments. I'm still kind of loopy. Gurmoot, you didn't get your license till you were 18, and nice. I got mine when I was 21.
Need a license.
Yeah.
You don't need no stinking licenses.
Good night, Major Weakness. I know Steven said something about learn to drive. I don't know. Where am I supposed to be? Over here?
You shouldn't be. No, it's all the way over there on that monitor.
Okay. Sorry, Steven. I know you said something and I didn't read it and I can't figure out how to scroll.
Ronnie says he's glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Major Weakness is going to bed. Time to hibernate. You have a good one. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Russ says he had a 76 Mustang too. Would pull up in a gas station, ask them to fill it up with oil and check the gas. Yeah, I remember those days. There's actually a gas station near here where we live that is, they won't check the oil, but they have young women in tight clothing running around filling up gas tanks. And I think it's because we're surrounded on 3 sides by retirement villages. So
I didn't hear the very beginning of what you said.
The gas station down there, yeah. I think it's because they get the old guys to come in and fill up with gas.
Well, I think, or even if you're not an old guy, if you're an older lady, I'm gonna have your car
who likes
filled
the
up.
ladies and
well, who's gonna feel more comfortable with women filling up their cars rather than
some skeezy dude doing it?
No, well, a young guy would be intimidating.
Yeah, we're often intimidating.
That's right.
The Ohio Rust Belt eats cars alive. Yes, it does. I lived in Ohio. It is. I want a Ram diesel. Grimmy says I want a Ram diesel 3/4 ton real bad. I sat in a Ram 3500 with the Cummins dually. They wanted street price was $76,000 on it. Not that. That's the discount on it. That was insane for a truck. Brian Mack says, first car I drove was a 72 Plymouth Fury. First car I bought was a 71 Datsun 240Z. Rust bucket even then. I had a friend who had a Plymouth Fury, and at the time I had a Saab 900S. And we were tooling through some back roads late at night in northern Kentucky. Windy stuff. And he thought his big muscle car could keep up my double wishbone suspension with Pirelli tires. And he blew whatchamacallit? Was it a tie rod he blew? Anyway, lost control, off into a field and hit a boulder. That was the end of that car.
Ronald Smith said that he was 7 years old when it was legal for you to drive the 1948 GMC pickup truck, 4 on the floor. It was classified as an idle, cultural, and it's legal at 7.
Wow.
Cool. Michigan eats cars as well. Rodney says he'll bring the chessboard.
If we ever get to meet, just so he can whomp me at chess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He said he misses that old truck. It has issues, but I wish I would have learned how to fix vehicles on it and kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all had a vehicle like that we let go that we wanted to keep. Yeah, my Jeep, I had a 84 CJ7, ended up selling because I kept breaking it. And that's because I kept being an idiot, taking it off road and doing crazy stuff in it. I also had a 73 Caprice Classic with the vinyl top. That thing was, it was a land yacht of all land yachts, but it was a beautiful car and just amazing for road trips. Let me see if I can do this from all the way over here.
Okay. You're on... Oh, okay. Jabrock, sounds like you're getting really close to being done.
Finished last 600 square feet of flooring. But another week to go and I'm done.
Yay!
That's awesome. Panther says he took I-75 from Tampa to the bridge, and the worst stretch of it were in Michigan. I'm talking potholes big enough to swallow a small compact car.
I have heard that.
It's, they still use salt in Michigan, or they give up and they do sand in the winter, I'm talking about. Because it's a big difference in each state whether they choose to go with salt or not.
Did you see Shadow's Edge?
Did you know your logo is on the cabinets near Sarah's head in the cop tool? No. I had no idea.
No.
I know they covered a couple of our videos several months ago, but I had no idea. I'll have to take a look.
Thank you for letting us know.
Damn YouTube. Because I know I'm subscribed to Cop Tools. And I haven't seen a notice from them in forever. I thought maybe they were taking a break or something. That's nuts. Daughter Raw, at one point I sat down with my dad and he was making a list of all the vehicles which he'd owned mechanic. We were over 50 when I quit and I hadn't even been born in that timeline.
Nice.
I'm at just over 60 myself. It's slowed down in the past since we had the kids, because I used to buy a couple cars every year, and I'd drive the car, and I'd own each car for 6 months to a year until I got bored with it, and I'd fix it up and stuff, and I'd turn around and I'd flip it and buy another car, or it would die and I'd give up on it and sell it and buy another car. And my viewpoint on it was I could buy a lot of interesting cars pretty cheap that were fun to drive, and it was cheaper, and I could literally buy the car, use it, put a little bit of work into it, and sell it usually for more money than I paid for it, and not have a car payment. But then I became a professional, and I had to be able to get to work, and couldn't have problems with cars, and once you had kids, it became like, okay, we got to have a reliable vehicle. And ever since then, we've been buying new vehicles, or new-ish.
Mm-hmm. New to us.
Usually we buy like maybe a year, 2 years old. A lot of stuff off lease, that kind of stuff. Panther says that's why I drive 4 to 5 pounds. Panther's new Michelins. No way I'm going to drive something with low-profile tires through Michigan. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. First car graduation present was 67 Impala. Nobody likes you, Rodney.
Nice.
Rodney. Shadow's Edge, you're welcome. DeBrock. Den Tools and all, I'm beat. Going to call an early night. Have fun and be good to your moms in your life. You're dang straight about that one. Always try to be good to all the moms in your life, because they're the ones who make life happen. Anyway, you have a good night there. You take care.
Oh, it looks like William's going too. Says I'm right behind you.
Oh, good night. I think everyone's a little tired tonight. We may cut it early tonight. What are we at here? It's first time on it. What time is it?
2:38.
2:30. I think we'll do 3 hours tonight because the missus isn't feeling so hot. She's been in bed for most of it, and I'm still recovering from. I way overdid it. I have a torn MCL in my left knee, and all the walking got my knee got weak. So what happens is my muscles compensate for the tendon. The muscles on the other side of your knee, they naturally do that. But when it gets tired and you overdo it, they get weak, and then I end up tearing another little portion of it. It's not like a big rip or something, but even just a little bit hurts like you wouldn't believe. And then it feels like I've got an anaconda wrapped around my knee, just squeezing it because of the swelling.
It's very attractive.
It is.
Yes.
Ross says, I want to paint my garage floor looking and look all pro. Are there recommendations for sealing and painting? I don't have any recommendations. I've looked into that, but I've not ever tried anything. I had a friend who did some of that stuff way back in the day, and I don't remember what he used. And honestly, I was not... He was really impressed with the look. I thought it looked all right. You know what I really like are those little interlocking plastic mats that they put down. There were some at the show, and I really like the look and feel of those because they have a little bit of spring to them as well, so you don't get quite that kind of concrete fatigue as well. But that's a lot more money on top of that. But if anybody else has a recommendation, please chime in here.
Maintenance man, thanks.
Thanks for the Blue Ridge. Hope you Mrs. Bear start to feel better. Happy Mother's Day. You taking off? You have a good one. Mustang Club of America. Donna Russ says, we use salt, sand, and gravel, and yes, potholes will eat vehicles.
Yeah.
You know, it has been so long since I've had to deal with potholes, I almost forgot how bad they are.
You just jinxed yourself.
I know.
The next video he's going to be
when
talking
we get up to
about
Montana, we'll see them. We'll see plenty of them.
Yeah.
They're everywhere up there. The show. That reminds me. I was going to show you some of the swag. Hand me that little thing right there.
This?
Yep. So, the shows don't give out stuff like they used to back in the day. But one of the things we got was UPS was giving out this thing right here. And it's a detail screwdriver. Unlike a lot of these things where you take the bit out and then you have to unscrew this and you put it in and you screw it back on. So the bits, they come out of the back.
This is where he drops all the bits.
Yeah. William, you have to run. Y'all have a nice Mother's Day. You too, William. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. I live in Pittsburgh. No city compares in potholes. Now we're going to have like pothole bragging time here.
I would love to see people post pictures
of their potholes. Anyway, it's basically a small hex driver. So you get the little hex thing there. It pops in there. It's got a little magnet. Nice little handout there from UPS. I thought that was pretty swell.
Thank you.
But the big win of the show was by Coast.
Good job.
Coast, 1919 to 2019. It's their 100th anniversary. They weren't handing this out to everybody, but they found out I was a YouTuber. And he's like, hey, wait a minute, I've seen that channel. Celebrating. And we got a commemorative...
Very attractive.
You getting my silicone packets? I was going to eat those later. We got the knife and the little flashlight there. This is a limited edition, not for sale. You got to know somebody who knows somebody to get one. He was saying that they might, because they made a lot of them to hand out, that if they have extras, they might end up selling them directly through their website. But I really like the little flashlight. The pocket knife that's in there is cute. It's a little stiff, needs to get worked in, but the flashlight is really nice. But being a commemorative one, I can't bring myself to carry it.
Yeah.
Because we get all scuffed and stuff. Anyway. The Staten Island, New York, nothing but potholes.
Tima lives on a dirt road, probably 500 potholes. Sorry that I don't have my glasses, guys.
Let's see here. Oh, that was the one you just read. Does Coast actually design and manufacture their own products? I would assume they were Chinese junk. I think it's a bit of both. The less expensive stuff, I'm pretty sure they... you know what? Actually, I take that back. I think they used to, but these days, I don't remember seeing a lot of it from anybody else. I've got one of their bigger flashlights. Is it still over there? I don't see. I may have moved it out to the garage. I did a review with it, and No, that's the Harbor Freight one.
Okay.
Anyway, but they're great flashlights. I mean, for the money, they're not stupid expensive. They have a whole line of waterproof ones. If you see my video from the show, the first day, they've got a great waterproof one that's got a right angle and twist to it and a magnetic base. It'd be a nice, magnet to throw or flashlight to throw in the truck. Something happens, you could, attach it to the hood if you don't have an aluminum hood like I do.
Was that Plain Jet 42 that you just read? Does Coast actually design?
Yes.
Okay.
Stephen, we have some potholes that would eat your truck. Javi LSU says, I lived in 6 major cities and learned that every city thinks they have the worst traffic and the worst potholes. In my opinion, Los Angeles has the worst traffic and the worst potholes. I don't remember any potholes in LA.
Well, it's probably because we were going so slow in traffic. We just thought we were driving around a national.
On some of the side streets, they don't maintain too much. You can get some, but on like the main roads and stuff, the traffic in LA is
It's
traffic. I know, and right. Boston tries to claim they have the worst traffic. San Francisco, the Bay Area, there was some study done that shows that 880 is the worst traffic, and I commuted 880, 20 miles. For 2 years each direction, and there were days where it took me 3 hours to get home.
What's the one between Oakland and Hayward? Is that 580?
That's 880.
Okay. Yeah, terrible potholes. Let me tell you, being pregnant and in the back of an ambulance, yeah, let me tell you, if I wasn't already in trouble with my baby, I thought the baby might just fall out with all the potholes. They apologized before they left the hospital.
Carson's Exploring Channel. I know I asked this earlier, but I had to leave, so the 3 tools that you think Bauer will come out with in the next month. They're really pushing the yard stuff, so they're coming out with they just launched the blower, the trimmer, and the chainsaw. I think we'll see the trimmer. I mean the hedger. I think we'll see the weed eater soon, and then I think we'll go back and see like the recip saw. Is probably going to come out, and maybe the fan. I hope the fan comes out soon, with summer, at our doorsteps here. It's cheap to live in the sunshine. I mean, Gunshine State, there's rarely any potholes, and there's no state income tax. I like Florida. A lot of people, say negative
$2.25 a
about
gallon.
Florida.
I'm liking that.
I've spent quite a bit of time in Florida, and I love it. I mean, I'd have to live on the coast, but it's a beautiful state, I think, and I love the water. So,
I just read your comment, but I don't remember your name. Said that you had to go because you were going to make breakfast in bed for your wife.
Oh,
so congratulations!
Good for her. Steve says you watch the cars ahead and follow their tracks in some areas. Yeah, I remember that. The Tampa Bay. I like Tampa. You know what? Tampa Bay is not bad. When I go down to Florida, I usually was on the Gulf because I go down to, is it Sarasota? I think it's just south of there. Naples. I love Naples. It is a great little city down there.
Epic seafood dinner. That sounds delicious.
Bauer's coming out with a polisher. Yeah, somebody posted. I got to catch up on the stuff on the Denatools forum. I've been really bad about it this week because of everything going on with the show and whatnot. So I got a bunch of comments, but somebody was commenting about the polisher on there as well, which is interesting because there was somebody asked me about polishers, and then there was somebody came out, a professional car detailer came out with a review of different polishers, and made a big fuss because he included the Harbor Freight in there as a polisher he uses daily. So,
congrats on the food coma.
Food coma. Means man, the worst signage as well. What bothers me is there's no simple way to get from one place to another in PGH. Brand new interstate. Sorry, I'm just reading. 275 75, all brand new, machined concrete. Can't even tell the road is there. Perfect for late night, high speed joyride. It's not like driving through Atlanta or Chicago. Well, Chicago, they often say they've got 2 seasons, winter and construction. Chicago's another city that's hard to make it through. They suffer a lot of the same problems that San Francisco has because they're backed up to the lake. Mm-hmm. So you can't really do a beltway that goes all the way around. So you get like a semicircle, then you're stuck. If you're on the south side going to the north side, you're either going through the city or you're going on the same route that everyone else is going on.
Michael says, I saw a new coupon, but the item number is not on the Harbor Freight website yet.
Yeah, the coupon thing is weird. You know, like that little screwdriver, the Bauer 4-volt screwdriver, that showed up in the February catalog, but didn't show up in stores until this month. There's been some issues with shipping, getting stuff out of California, out of China, and they're just getting caught up with it. So,
thanks, Shadow's Edge and Menorca, reminding folks to keep it G-rated.
Yeah,
we do have Kebs that watch this.
My favorite car was a '74 Javelin. Okay, Rodney, I gotta ask. So my rule of thumb is 73 and before because of the bumper law. And that's when the rubber mandated speed bumpers came into effect and ruined the look on, I think, most classic cars. So, and then also you start getting into the gas issues where they started making them smaller. So most people would say not the 74 because of that. Why do you like the 74 rather than, say, an earlier 70s Javelin? Because I like the Javelin. Don't get me wrong. I really do. Ronald Smith says, Dental Tools, I used to work for Orange County government. If we had a pothole complaint, we had to have it done within an hour. All trucks carried Easy Street pothole mix.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
Kurt said that they live in Northern California and don't hold it against them. I'm from Northern California, so I won't hold it against
NorCal.
you. Yep.
No, we love Northern California. The people, not so much, but Northern California is gorgeous.
We love the people, too.
I'm teasing you.
I'm gonna
Some of them.
Whack him with
the ones we're
flashlight.
related to. Winter road construction equals Michigan. You know what? Driving through Michigan, what I always think of, it feels like driving through an alleyway or down a hallway, because the trees are so dense, and they're just high enough you can't see anything else other than the road, and you'll get this beautiful 4 or 6 lane highway, divided highway with a green median, and just a hallway of trees. And that's all you see for hours on end. Anyway. No state patrolman anywhere. You gotta try to get pulled over here.
Nathaniel Davies, thank you. He said he's got at least 5 people sharing your videos now from work.
Oh,
awesome.
Thank you very much.
That's really great.
Menorca says, I didn't get maintenance, was busy taking next week off to relax. Good. Menorca, you're down in Florida too, aren't you? Ronnie says, my dad was first gen 680 Milpitas towards Oakland.
Oh, cool.
Was the first to go on
yeah.
680. Oh, that's cool.
Really cool. Oh, something.
Hold on.
Missed something.
You're not doing your job over there.
I'm looking...
You're fired.
Haggard.
Oh, so you're not the one that
I'm like, not looking pretty today.
You got the whole chicken hairdo thing going and everything.
Yeah. I know you love it.
It's not Mother's,
Be nice, or I'm going to wear the low buns that you really love even more.
Great. Sorry. Helps to drive a dark colored tinted cop car with blacked out everything nobody wants to pass. I had because I used to teach CCW classes, so I could have one vehicle loaded with stuff. I bought a ex-police cruiser, but it was an SUV. It was a Ford Expedition. It was a sheriff's car. And when they sold it to me, they forgot to bring, because I bought it at auction, they forgot to bring tools to take the light bar off. So they're like, just take the light bar off when you get home. Because I talked to them, they're like, oh yeah, you know, technically you're not supposed to drive with it, but we'll be okay. So just take it and whatnot. Boy, I feel bad for police officers, man, because people drive slow in front of you.
Very slow.
Oh, so I gave so many people heart attacks and stuff. They were, oh my gosh.
Yeah, well,
But no one ever cuts you off.
No one cuts you off. I will never forget, I was taking the kids to school, and it was one of those, like, wear a silly hat or something day at school, and so I wore Minnie Mouse ears.
We'd taken the lights off by then, but it was still a black and white.
So I'm driving
Had
the
the
kids
push bar,
to school.
everything.
I'm wearing huge Minnie Mouse ears with a bow and everything. And the kids are in the back. And it still had the divider. Like the... What do you call it? Like the perk divider?
I don't know.
Like when you're arrested, you're behind the metal grate in the back seat. So the metal grate part divider was still there. So I'm driving to school and I'm like smiling and waving. And I could not figure out why people were making such odd faces at me until I got to school and realized Minnie Mouse was driving a cop car with children in the back.
They loved riding and getting locked in the back.
Yeah, they thought that was super fun. All their friends were like, lock me up, lock me up. And it still had like the stuff for the radio.
It had almost everything in it.
So the kids would get in there and hours of fun.
Yeah. He went past a barrier.
And Gramoot said that we missed one of his things. I don't know if we found it. I think when
oh man, your screen skipped my... Sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Went to Harbor Freight again to stand over the Hercules table saw drilling. Then I leave. Just can't make myself scared to spend $300. I'm pretty sure the price on the table saw right now is $250. I could be wrong. Let me go over here and check.
Maybe you could convince the wife it's like doubles as a side table.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's multifunction. Yep, current price on the table saw is $249.99 with coupon $300. Don't use the coupon. Base price. They've since lowered the price below the coupon price. So
I'm trying to figure out...
I'm not saying you have to buy it, but...
And I'm trying to figure out a creative, diplomatic way to sell that.
It's modern art.
It's very attractive blue color.
Tell him the bear made you do it. He told me to eat you otherwise. Blame it on me.
I'll write you a note.
Write you a note. Yeah, her note would say, I told him not to do it. She's totally the type would sell you under the bus.
No,
or throw you under the bus. Sell you out under the bus.
That's just you, honey.
Don't worry.
These, no.
Any Ren and Stimpy fans? What's his name? Was it French Toast Man or something like that?
I'm sick.
Buttered Toast Man?
Idea. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Don't press the button. The jolly red, big candy-like button.
Yeah,
anyway.
I didn't really do that.
Rolling tool chest equals portable kitchen island. I showed her a picture of somebody who put a white snap-on in the kitchen. It looked really good.
Except for the fact that we have what?
Dark wood.
Children.
Children.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't pay that much for a snap-on.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure I'm caught up on the comments here.
Is the hound inside or is she out?
She's right here.
Okay.
Unconscious.
She's not feeling good.
She's not feeling her best. All right. It is 8:59. I'll try and use that line. It's 8:59. Since everyone's having a long week, I had a long week walking around. I need to go elevate my leg, get the swelling down. Powdered Toast Man. That's it. Grab a hold of my buttocks and I'll fly us to safety. I never saw that cartoon. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm horrified now.
Hey man, he's Stampy. Anyway, we're gonna crash too. So thank you all very much for everyone who's been here. Thank you so much to all our mods who help, keep it family friendly, answer questions, take their time out of their busy schedule to join us every week and help support the channel. Please do them a favor. They don't get paid or anything. Help them out by going and checking out, because they're almost all creators. Check out their channels. Give them a like and a thumbs up. Roddy says you can try to email a picture. Excellent. And get some daughter Ross, always looking out for you.
Yep.
She's so sweet.
I have to get more honey. I ran out of honey.
What do you call me?
You're
I'm
delicious.
I'm your honey
I'm
bear.
gonna put you in some boiling water and switch
Hey,
you around.
now.
Oh wait, not
We're
that
not
kind
playing
of
that
bear
game.
show.
We're not playing that game again. I fell for that last time. Anyway, you all take care. Thanks for joining us each and every week. Thank you for all the new folks who stop by every Saturday. Start at 6. We go as late as we can take it.
Yeah. Most nights it's lighter than this, but
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is a I know, like 3 hours for live streaming. You're like, this is short? Yep, this is short for us. But anyway, you all take care. And as always, shine on.
shine on.
The Cubs would say goodnight too, but they already passed out.
Yeah, yeah.
Good night all.
Good night.